Ooh. Do you like my thumbnail? It was a bit of a quick one, but kind of like I like the random nature of it. It's like,
oh, it's good. It's
ships, go ships.
good. Ships and stuff and junk.
I think the tactical ball cube's underappreciated. You know, it's great.
It's fantastic.
But they should have made the tactical ball fusion cube. Wasn't one of the most missed opportunity ships in all of Trek. It'd be an easy one to do on Trekyards. We just get Barry to make the middle bit, and I just stick 8 cubes together.
Hi guys.
Oh my god! Wait, who pressed the button? What? How are we live? That's so confusing.
Well, I'm not gonna say who pressed the button, but
It wasn't you.
I mean, it could have been. I don't know.
Could have been, could have not been. Who knows?
So, hello, Alan, Brian, Sebastian, Marty, Jeff, Jamal, Trek Reviewer, Raj, Dan
So
G,
many
or Dan
wonderful
23.
People in our tremendous community of fun and joy and games. And could anyone hope for such a good community, Stuart?
No.
You heard it here first, folks. Although when we started, I didn't exactly mean to build a community. It was just like, here are videos we think people should watch because they're good. And then now people care what we say. It's like, oh, well, all right then.
I don't think they care what we say, but
They like to humor us.
yes.
They make us think that they care what we
Like
think.
like Joseph Petrick, who just put in €2.
Oh.
Ship just got real. Hi, gentlemen.
Yeah.
That should be our our motto. Trekyards, where ship gets real.
So I am going to vamp? Oh, you're going to vamp, but I'm going to share.
Blah 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 blah.
There you go.
So guys, yes, today we're going to be talking about our favorite non-Federation ships, alien ships, you know, ships of the week if we really like them, things like that, because there are quite a few excellent ones and some really fantastic designs. And you know, the Federation is the Federation. We've already kind of covered those like ad nauseum, so it's worth talking about some other ones. And of course, we're looking forward to hearing yours. So if you guys feel like super chatting and contributing, or you know, having us see your comment or read what you say, then by all means throw in a super chat, and we will do so. And we love talking with you guys. So also monitor the regular chat, of course, but because I know not everybody can afford to super chat, and that's understandable. But if you can't afford to super chat, by all means hit the like button. Go and get our likes up. We've got 38 people, which we need more, but I'm sure people will filter in. Joseph Mills. Oh my God, I made it. I made it. Hey Samuel. Hey Stuart. I have been meaning to talk to you.
Oh.
We're right here.
That sounds ominous.
Oh, Birdo Prey 5 is here. Kapla.
There might be a couple of Klingon in this one.
Oh, there might be.
I mean,
There might be.
Because I heard the Klingons have several ship types.
Yeah, and there's there's not just the KDF either. There's like 24 different houses that have cool ship types too.
And some are red-ish. And some are just black.
Yeah.
Some just are.
True story. True story. And the YouTube notification was only 4 minutes late. Was already here, says Jamal. Really? I've had this scheduled for like since this morning, like since 9 o'clock. So usually it sends out a notification we will be live, and
we were good. We had this up a while ago.
Yeah. We did good. All right, so guys, oh, David Bessick throws in $2. Did you check out the link I sent you? Probably. What was it about? I'm gonna go check now.
Yeah.
Oh, that was from the last time. Oh, with the unused, or the planned out but unused Enterprise scripts. There were some really interesting ones, actually.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yes. It was good. Yes.
What were they about?
There's so many. Let me see if I can find it now. I'll fast forward it to you. I'll send it to you if I can find it.
What's nice about Eagle Moss is they've done a few now. Finally, they've done a few ships that were only miniatures, So I'm nicking a couple of their front covers to hopefully talk about during this process, because
Yeah, I'll be talking about a few of this.
there's some fun ones finally. But I mean, they took a while because they obviously you can see like they're using a lot of the original assets, and then to build up to use the everything else.
And Jamal Tyler says, did you see the package I received, Captain? I'm saying no because I haven't. But was it the Foley class?
I approved that post personally, Stuart.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Okay, good to know. I will take a look.
Awesome to see people actually getting that. And hopefully one day I can have my Horizon class. Or maybe more of my ships. Maybe.
Oh, I think David Bessick puts in $2 and says, I think you have my link confused. Okay, I probably saw a link from you. I can't remember because we get sent a lot of stuff and I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis.
But you're special, don't worry.
But as soon as you remind me, I'll be like, oh yeah, I saw that, or oh, I ignored it, or oh, I saw it, clicked it, I clicked the message, was going to check it out later, got a bunch of other messages and completely forgot. One or the other of those things happened. So remind me.
But I'll ask you, Stuart. I threw up 2 random ships, and one of those 2 random ships is the Krenim? No, Herodian hunter ship, the middle of the way. What do you think about that ship? Have you got the Eaglemoss yet for that? Did you ask for it?
That's a good question. I have to go check my reserves. I got stacks of them now. I got like Mount St. Eaglemoss upstairs. And yeah, the Herodian one is a very cool design. I've always liked that one. Really got a lot more appreciation for it after seeing it on Trekyards a few times because you get to see different angles of it.
Well, there's so many little details that you really... I mean, the fact is Voyager is the ship show. It undeniably is the ship show. I mean, I think Enterprise is... Okay, Enterprise is probably more, but they're less memorable. They're more detailed, less memorable.
There's a lot of reuses of other ships in Enterprise. Like, you see the top part of a Dederidex turned into a, just different color. Joe Leonard puts in $9.99. Thank you very much.
So kind. Thank you.
No comment or not anything, but appreciate it.
Well, we're going to assume that was in support of the Herodian Hunter. So thank you. We appreciate your love for the Herodian Hunter ship. And it's one of those things that, if I zoom in on this model for a second and fill up the screen, you can see it's a relatively low detail model, inverted commas, and you can't see me hitting the whole screen up. Oh, hold on.
Yes.
Let me unzoom. Oh.
Dave, yes, I did see that.
What is it?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. But yeah, it's a relatively low detail model, so I'd love to see this model like properly rebuilt to high resolution. What you would do if you're doing a Voyager 4K even. But I think the idea of the ship is brilliant. Although I think it would fall apart without the engine module armor. Like that is what I think kind of on both the bottom and the sides kind of springboards it into a really like cool looking shape. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
David says, awesome. Did you check out the story? The link should be in the email. Oh, yes. No, I didn't have a chance to read that. I did see it. I was going to go back to it and completely forgot, so I apologize. But, sorry, guys. So much stuff. The Hussock ship was a very cool design. Yes. Did you like the Hussock ship? I certainly did.
Which one's the Hussock ship? I know it, but I can't visualize it.
It's a big black ship. It's
What?
You heard me.
Hussock ship, Star Trek. That's a useful. How do you spell that?
The Hussock.
Yes.
Isn't
that just a kit bash of the freighter? Is it one of those 2 like black wings?
How do
you spell it?
I don't know. Hold the hell on. What do I look like? An encyclopedia?
No, you really don't.
Obviously.
Well, someone.
Hush. Okay, H-U-S-H. Oh, where'd it go now? Oh.
I just copied and pasted the thing from the link.
And okay.
It is. It's just the classic freighter, but I do like that one. That one I think stands out a little bit more because of its extra weapons and such. I mean, it is, you know, the reuse of the century.
Yeah.
And some of them are better than others. Some of them are worse than others. Some of them are just what they are. That one I think's kind of cool.
Well, Spino Breaker puts in $2 Australian
Yeah.
and says non-Trek, but the Ori mothership is awesome.
Have you seen that ship?
Probably.
Let me find you a picture, because he super chatted, and we can't deny a super chatter, even if it destroys the very fabric of our society.
Well, we can. I mean, there's been one or two that have been like, I'm not reading that comment or whatever, but
they'll super chat if we think we'll do whatever they say.
Well, we'll do like 98% of what they say, yes.
Okay, let me load up that picture. Now this one, I know people that worked with it on the show, because I know people that worked on Stargate, and they had a very specific opinion of it. I do not share said opinion. So there it is, and it's going to take up my face because it's easy to show for you. There you go. That is the Ori mothership, a very, very well armed, built by medieval people, but given advanced technology from not the future, but more advanced races. And the middle is meant to be an energy core, but there's no lit element here. And the front.
It's interesting.
And the front bit the front dish is a massive energy beam. Think of it like the Krenim weapon beam if it was just a cannon of death, like a massive. And it can pretty much destroy any ship in one blast, which was absurd at the time, but in a good way. And yeah, there you go. Ori mothership. What do you think?
Very cool. It's cool. Not one of my favorites though.
I like the bone, you know, like the bone look and how it's sort of organic, but not.
So you heard it here first, folks. Samuel likes the bone.
And you're going to say that?
That's what he said. I'm just...
Yeah. Stuart is a wonderful man. He treats me so well.
I am. And I do. But anyway, some of the ships that I like are pretty obvious. Like the Bird of Prey, classic. You have to love the Bird of Prey. Just not the retro one because it's ugly. The TOS Romulan Warbird from Balance of Terror. Again, beautiful, elegant, simple design. I really enjoy it, and I do love the bird on the bottom. I think that's a cool addition as well. So I'm just going to throw those obvious ones out there right away.
Do you wish it had the Enterprise one, maybe? Because I know you like that bird.
I do like the Enterprise one very much.
But I mean, would you rather have the bird as more dynamic, sort of representative of...
No, I like the bird on the TOS one the way it is, but I wish that the Enterprise one did have the original bird that John Eves had designed for it on the bottom. And I do really love the Enterprise Romulan ship. It's just, it seems a little too advanced for me. Wrong era.
Retro advanced, perhaps. Retro.
Right.
And as you guys know, if you super chat, we have to talk about whatever you talk about. So please, well, you know what I mean. Like you can help.
I know.
You can help us decide what we talk about.
Ooh. One of the ships I really like that we reviewed not that long ago, and you'll remember while we were reviewing it, I'm like, I really like this. This is awesome. And by the end of the episode, it was a mission briefing, and I'm like, this is an amazing ship. It's from Enterprise.
Oh, the not the Maquis Raider, obviously, but the Nausicaan Raider.
Nausicaan fighter, yeah.
Let me load that. Hold on. Hold on.
That is a cool looking ship.
Why though?
Why? Because it's elegant. It looks like a sea creature almost, like a manta ray.
Did you make a note of that? Are you actually going through like notes here in a good way? Like you're prepared with that one?
You know what I'm doing? I'm browsing the Eagle Moss website. So anything that sticks out to me, I'm
real
like, yep.
Smart. It's real smart.
I don't even know if I have that upstairs. I think I requested that one, but I don't know.
That's the advantage of smaller ships that are, you know, fatter. It lets you actually enjoy the detail. There she is. Yeah, Nausicaan. I mean, it's good. It implies lots of interesting things. It could be like a two-man fighter if you made the sides, you know.
Yeah, it looks like a snake's head.
Does. Which is not really a Nausicaan thing. Like, it's kind of... But what would you design for a Nausicaan ship? Everything for them is kind of out left field because they have no distinct art design. We never saw a ship. We never saw... I think the only gun we saw was a redress of the Varion T, I think, or something like that. Yeah. But who would win in a fight between these three ships?
The Herodian one.
Oh, you think? Not the
I think
Vorcha?
so. It would be a tangle between that and the Vorcha, but I think the Herodian are more they're hunters, they're predators. I know the Klingons are too, but they're kind of pussied up by the Federation at this point.
Hey guys, let us know who you think. We actually want to know what you think. Who would win out this fight? We have thought about doing a versus live at some point.
Oh, we need to absolutely roll the dice and pick ships and how people sound off and what the scenario would be. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got a super chat of 850 rubles. Vulcan ships from Enterprise, especially recognizable and elegant style. Trekyard has more details, but love the Surak more. I would agree. I mean, the Vulcan ships have some fantastic designs in Enterprise.
Which do you prefer, Trekyard or Surak?
The Trekyard.
It's just more designed. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there is, and the secondary little shuttle in it is great. Such a nice, simple. I know we do see it in the show, but it's like flying around because it was just I think it was like an accidental secondary design. Oh, it's great.
So do you agree that the Trekyard is better?
Oh yeah, no, it's well they each feel it's have a function. This one is bigger, bulkier, more battleshipy, which is exactly how we see it. The other one is much more like spindly. It's more of a TOS-y. Like that I could see almost being a TOS design if you made it, you know, creams. I don't know. Yeah.
David Bessig puts in $2 and says, I've always loved the Galore and All-Cardi designs. The Galore is pretty cool. The Hideki class I'm not a fan of, personally.
Really?
Yeah, it's too small and ugly. It's kind of like the Cardassians' answer to the Defiant, almost. It kind of has the same shapes and stuff. It's, I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
And there's the Surak. Now, if I was to go ahead and change it in Lightwave and make it all like greys and TOS, because that's, I guess, the only Vulcan aesthetic we have is the Vulcan shot. It's not really Vulcan, but there isn't much to go on. What do you think if I TOSified it? How would it look?
I think it'd be cool, actually.
Should I go ahead and do that? Do you want?
Sure. I can do it right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, well, while you're doing that,
some live Lightwave.
Joe Torres, our head admin over on the Trekyards page,
sir.
And one of our moderators, puts in $1.99 and says, "Love the USS Honshu. $20 sent to us via PayPal. So thank you very much, Joe.
Whoa,
much appreciated,
dude. That's amazing.
Yes, it is. The Honshu. I gotta look that up. It doesn't ring a bell.
Because that sounds like a Federation. This is a non-Federation thing.
It does.
Are you manipulating us to about a Federation?
I don't think he knows how to read.
Okay.
Clean Joe.
But he reads your bullshit all day long.
I know he does. What do you mean bullshit? Wait a minute. What?
Also the USS, which is definitely the...
Well, the Honshu, it's just a Nebula class.
It's the Bonchoon. It's the accidental Bonchoon. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a neat...
I don't like the Nebula class.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, Dan23, why is that Cassian Galore sometimes different colour? Different type of colour? Is it? Well, all the CGI ones will be the same because they're all the same model. Do you remember? I guess the miniature and the CGI are probably different, but...
Yeah, don't... I'd have to see them side by side because I don't... I just know that they're kind of a brownie color.
Yes.
Brownie, yellowy. Fake account puts in $2 and said V'ger or Whale Probe for best ship of all time.
Whale Probe? That just sounds ridiculous.
I think you're trolling us now.
To get it?
Voyager.
To get it straight?
Yes. Yes, I do. Temporal anomaly. Yes. Joe Torres says, take my money and shut up. LOL.
Oh.
Fine. Give us more money. V'ger or Whale... see, V'ger is an interesting design. After they finally did a design for it, because I remember watching motion over my whole life, never getting a feel for what that ship looked like.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it had a shape, and it's like, well, that's intricate, but I don't know. A whale probe? Seriously? Does Eagle Moss even have a whale probe? They should have a whale probe.
That would be
They
a weird
should.
one. They should. And inside you just put a cigar. Secret.
It could be cool though.
No, it would. I
They,
mean,
they need to start up in their game and like lighting stuff, putting little lights in or articulating parts
well,
should come
yeah.
apart and have a Prometheus that is in 3 separate parts on the same stand. That would be wicked cool.
Or would you
I
actually?
said that in my review of the Prometheus.
Would you actually buy though if they did sell each half of Prometheus, or each third for like half the price? They couldn't do it. Like, would you buy all 3 separately? Because they'd be more full scale rather than being small scale, and so you could actually have all parts.
No, not necessarily. I think they should XL it and have it separate, attached via magnetic attachment points. Just click together.
XL for sure.
That would be kind of neat.
Yeah, it's
XL for Prometheus is much needed.
It's like the Enterprise D. If you could just fill up an entire glass box with the saucer and then with the drive section and make that work somehow, then you could probably have a much bigger Enterprise D. And yeah, all you need is a simple. We've been doing them for years, clickable in or even magnetic. Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be fun to see. Because you would get a bit more scale. And then you can have like Enterprise E. That's a great one to source separation, just to see it for the first time. Enterprise Refit, same thing. Take no hull and then just a saucer box.
They need to do like a new series of Eagle Moss ships called the Action Series, where the Enterprise D saucer separates. Voyager has articulating nacelles. And up the detail, change the details a little bit from the other ones they've released, so it's something new, right? That'd be cool. I'm looking at one on the Eagle Moss website right now that I absolutely really love, and I think it's the first time I've ever seen it.
Oh.
Goroth's Klingon transport ship.
Yes.
Very similar to the Nausicaan Raider, though.
Goroth. Yes. I think we've reviewed this.
We haven't reviewed that.
Okay.
I remember everything we do, Sam.
Oh, you don't. Oh my god. Yeah, Stuart has often come to me and said, oh, we should do an episode on this. And I'm like, episode 133. About this. Episode 57. And it's like, oh. Yep. No, I don't think we actually have. But it's one of those ones that, we will try and take cues from what you guys want. And it's such a one-off. It's that who even knows where that's from? And not in a bad way, just, what... Although, do you want to know something funny? I found the other day, because we mentioned it in Rob's episode, Rob Von Schoon, how they built the crashed shuttle from Broken Bow. And I have no memory of what it looks like. Because why would you? You don't see it enough, do you? I mean, it's covered in corn.
Yeah.
Although I don't...
Yeah.
You don't necessarily watch all our content, Stuart. So let me just bring that one up, because I actually managed to re-render that bit. That couple of frames without the corn.
Without the corn?
I was like, screw it. We don't need the corn. We're a cornless society. And then I also zoomed in. So this is actually what that shuttle looked like. And surprise, 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 what does it look like?
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
So that's actually the Klingon shuttle from the first episode. That's the very first Enterprise Zero Klingon aesthetic we ever got.
I'm waiting.
I know you are.
I'm waiting.
And it's amazing then, because they obviously just use this as the inspiration.
Oh yeah, it is very similar, isn't it?
Yeah. So they obviously had this. They were like, someone designed it. I mean, John, I don't think was necessarily. I don't think John designed it. I think it was just something that was designed, and the Koroth is pretty much the exact same shape. Which is great, actually. This is a shuttle of the Koroth. You can see the outline of the corn around it on the mask. 3D corn, a 3D scene, a 3D world.
Yeah, it just looks battle scarred.
We've crashed in corn. That's what happens. Corn's a real dense material.
Right? Well, yeah. I mean, I eat it, I chew it, it comes out the other end all polished and put back together. Stephen Fathery puts in $2. D7 is the best, my fave alien Trek ship. And I would have to agree. You kind of stole my thunder there, because I was kind of saving the D7 for like later as one of my absolute favorites. But way to go. That and the Katinga.
Although which D7, Stuart? There are now 5-ish variants of the D7.
The remastered one.
Oh, that's
I like the
controversial.
remastered one with the extra impulse engines and stuff. Yeah.
That bugs me. They always change impulse engines. It's like, pick one. For God's sake, just pick one. Pick one!
True.
So
Joseph Petrick puts in €2 and says, corny design. By the way, I like the Borg architecture. Corny design. He's taking my job. He's taking the...
Joe is a talented man. He's a real man of the people. So there you go. There's a D7. I'm excited to show people my D7 eventually.
Oh, yes. He's got a very nice D7 he designed. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yes. And we might even talk about some more Romulan War stuff in the coming months.
That'll be a good live, actually.
Probably. Yeah. Because they also had to design a new, well, not recently, but a Romulan fighter. And something else I can't remember now. I can't wait for that to come out to talk about the end. And there's a really great design at the end. It's not in 3D yet, but it's conceptually done. And I'm so excited to see it in 3D. But no one
also did a new TOS shuttle, which is fantastic.
Yes, that is like a live all in itself. Discussing the TOS Type F impulse variant replacement cannon. Avalon cannon.
Spoilers.
Yeah. I hope actually gets
That's
to do a
good,
warp.
guys.
I hope actually do a warp variant at some point because it's like, give me some more glowies. That's one thing I realized when I was doing it. It's like it runs out of lighting elements because really the TOS shuttle is a bland ship. You know, and it needs more light bits. But you can't justify lighting on a shuttle because it's just a lot. You know, it's a shuttle. It doesn't need self-illumination. Doesn't need. You know, it's teeny.
Yeah. AC Costello puts in $2 and says the shiny black smuggler ship in TNG unification. I can't picture that one.
Now I think is that the Vulcan?
Vulcan ships are kind of ugly in that.
But they're warp rings. They did them first.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what ship was it? What did he say? It was the oh, the smuggler, the one with the points, I think. No,
Probably.
No, that's the one where Picard's faking being the other guy. Oh, that's also the Hussuk. That's just with the slices on it. Hold on, that's actually in the Eagle Moss collection. Let me load that because they've already released that one, I think. Yeah, there it is. It's called the Smuggler's Ship, Stuart. You would never have guessed by our fans' excellent descriptor of it. Okay, let me get this pitch, and you can review for him the Smuggler's Ship. Are you ready? Might change your life.
Okay.
It won't change his life.
But it might, so just be quiet.
Okay, there you go.
I'm gonna tell him my life or his life.
Okay, moment of silence while he analyzes this special ship.
I'm waiting. Yes. Yeah, it is a cool looking ship. I like it.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those ships you can like, add things to and just ship of the week it up, and I love that one.
Yeah.
Another one I really like that really doesn't. I mean, we see it a few times, but it's the Merchantman ship from Star Trek 3. That's an interesting design. It feels very Star Wars, though. It feels kind of like one of the Rebel cruisers. You know, the one that's rounded on top, but has all the crap on the bottom. Yeah. That's what the Merchantman ship kind of reminds me of, but it's a cool design.
It's wonderful because from the top it looks like it could almost be Trek in that, it's more smooth, it's more functional, but actually it's still so... We're just trying to keep her going that we need all the stuff below. But I think that's definitely a good-looking design, even if it's really basic and simple. But it
has that horseshoe crab vibe, like the Marauder does.
And that one just came, actually. Do I have it right?
And while you're getting that one out, Samuel, I'm gonna Got a super chat from
Please do.
Marvin R. Marvin R. €5. Low tech wonder, the Bajoran light ship, and my favorite non-Trek ship is Moya.
Yeah, Moy's great.
That new shockwave is neat too. I was just gonna say, the Bajoran assault vessel is one of my least favorite ships of all time. It's Bajoran. I guess I'm.
I mean,
speciesist against the Bajorans.
It's a great 3D model. I'll give him that. I don't give him much else, but yeah, I mean it's fine. And this is the Eagle Moss model, and this was done, I believe, by Fabio. And I mean, it's all greeblies and hull, and it's absolutely great. I think it's a really good representation. Finally, physical miniature. I mean, I know there's like micro machines or something, but proper official one.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it, and it's fun. Oh yeah, cool. It's even got little teeny like lit bits. If you get in the light, it looks like they're on.
Yeah, I don't think I have that one either.
Oh no, it's brand new. Like it just came out. I love this little like. It's just that
being
fin.
said, I've got the space dock, and I've got and the what's the other one? The Bonaventure.
Oh, I didn't get Bonaventure. Wow, you got it early. Well, I'm waiting on stuff, as you know, Stuart, so I've got lots of back orders.
I know.
I got the Clark, though. I've got the Clark if you want. There's Alien. Although, this is still Starfleet. Well, I mean were they even humans running this ship, Merchantman?
I think so. That's a good question, though.
I
have to check the book. I'm sure the novel would say what it was, but...
Definitely humanoid, but everyone's humanoid. I mean, even Ventress, is that a name? Ventress? The Klingon lady. Klingon? Yeah.
Something like that. It's close to that. That's not it, though.
Because even she had very minimal ridge work.
Yeah, but she had some nice cleavage, so it's fine. Let's see, we got 500 rubles. The Voth city ship, Eagle Moss coloring is better than the TV version.
Oh. Well, that's probably because you didn't see it clear enough. But I'll get up a thing of that in a minute. Valkyris. So close. So close. Let me get up that city ship. The city ship. What do you think about the city ship? Because there's only all of the Voth in general. Do you think we should have had more Voth? Because...
Yes. I kind of like the Voth.
I mean, they could have got us home, them home in seconds, So here's the city ship. Real simple when you break it down. But, it works. It's good. Didn't light it that well, but, it's alright.
I'm still waiting.
Okie dokie.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
Kind of a better.
Yes, I do love it.
It is big, but I mean, sometimes you're allowed a huge ship. This one made sense to be a huge ship.
Yes.
But don't make everything a big, huge ship,
Yeah.
Now, can I impress you though with the bottom of this ship? Because you didn't see it in the show. You never saw it in the show, but we have access to the cannon of the bottom of this ship.
Dun dun dun.
You're excited. A world exclusive unless you've got the Eagle miniature. Now, what do you think's going to be on the bottom, Stuart? What sort of details, what sort of design traits are going to be on the bottom of this massive city ship?
Hangar bays.
Okay. How many hangar bays? Like 2, 4, 6, 8?
3.
Who do we appreciate? The Voth. The Voth.
I say 3.
Okay.
3, I say.
Okay. 3 hangar bays.
100.
1,000.
Okay. Interesting.
So the correct answer is there's nothing on the bottom at all. You never saw it, so there's nothing.
It's like the shuttle. It's a heat shield. It's for planetary entry.
Yeah. Oh, that would look impressive, wouldn't it? I just thought it was funny. I just happened to see the render. I'm like, yep, there's nothing there. It's just nothing. Text good, but nothing there.
Colin Swayze puts in $10 and says, "Give us some of your least like alien designs, ones that make you cringe when you see them."
Oh,
The Kazon ships. Anything Kazon. Ugh.
I think artistically they're fine. What's wrong with the Kazon ships? I mean, the
They're
big one.
Kazon. I have a model of the big Kazon ship over there that I'm never gonna build. I don't even know why I have the model. I think I got it for
Why'd
like.
you have the model? That's...
I think I got it for like $4 or something. So I was like, could use it for kit bashing, taking parts off.
That's true.
And,
I'd love to see a Stuart Foley kit bash, like actual old school kit bash. It'd be great.
Well, you never know. The time may come.
I just want to see more Stuart designs in general. You know?
Okay. Now, my captain's log on Friday is building the Mega Box Enterprise and doing a review of it. Very fun. I had some pieces left over. And out of those pieces left over, I used every one of them to make this. It's a Section 31 ship. I just threw them together because there's some random parts and...
You made it. You did make it. I will give you credit. That is an exact 1-for-1. Well, 1 for 365. Yeah,
this is the exclusive Eagle Moss. You guys will be able to get it soon. There.
All the hidden details, all the colored plating, it all makes sense.
Yes. We'll hit some cringy ships as we go.
There's the Kazon. So why don't you like it? Because I think it's... I mean, this was a Dan Curry ship. He sketched it one day and then made it. I think it's got some cool dimensionality. The way it fires weapons is kind of cool. I like the engines.
I was just being kind of facetious when I said the Kazon, just because I hate the Kazon. But it's just... I don't know.
Because the big one's plain, I'll give you that. But this one I think has a certain charm.
Okay.
Stuart is not amused. He is not amused.
Okay, you know what ship that makes me cringe?
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
Jaeger.
Oh, okay. Jaeger.
What are you going to say?
Well, Enterprise are a bird of prey. No.
Horizon? Oh, the Enterprise
you take that joke back. You would never say that.
I can never take a joke back inside of me. It's out there for the world to hear.
Else inside of you, my fist for the horizon. Okay. What did you say? Sorry, what ship was it?
I don't know. What did I say?
I don't know. What did you say? Guys, what did he say? What ship?
Which ship I hate?
Yeah. What was it? What have you forgotten?
Oh, the Jaeger.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh, they haven't done it yet. Oh, I thought you guys already done a model of it. I thought they had.
Yeah, they do. They do have a Jaeger. I just got one. I got to do a review of it at some point. It should be fun.
Really? I can't even...
You look for it because I know you.
I can't see it on the. Oh, they have done, haven't they? But I can't seem to find it on the lineup.
It's on page. On page 6.
Well, it's all one page for me, but.
Well, you're you.
Oh, that's the worst thing to say to any man.
You're you.
I literally can't even see it. Which issue is it that might help? Which issue?
Hold on a second.
It's gone back to 26. I don't think it's that early. Am I just blind?
I just saw it a second ago. God damn it.
This is called Real
oh, there it is.
Us.
Issue 122.
Oh, I just hit it as well. Boo.
Anyway, we got to catch up with these super chats. We got like a few in the queue there. Fake account puts in $2. Nomad or 8472 Bioship. Greatest of all time? Question mark. Well, Nomad's kind of cool because it's small, but I mean, the 8472 Bioship is one of my favorites. It was going to come up eventually in this conversation as well. It is a cool design.
Real good. And it's so simple. And I like that you don't know. You can't get a sense of how big it is. You don't get a sense of it is the creature inside of it. The pilot has become one with the ship. Sometimes mystery is the best thing.
Mm-hmm. Derek Rankin puts in £5 and says the Katinga Constitution class refit. The Katinga and the Constitution class refit are my favorite Star Trek ships.
That's not an alien.
One of them's Federation. I know.
Derek, what you doing, man? What you doing? Derek, you're wrong.
Okay, the Katinga, he said. and
Oh yeah.
and the D7 because yeah, he also goes on to say the Andromeda Ascendant is my favorite non-Trek ship. I do have a lot of love for V'ger. Well, we all have a lot of love for the V.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I said that. My mic cut out. Um, Joseph Petrick puts in €2 and says, "What are the largest ships in the Trek universe?"
That's a good question.
The Voth City ship is up there.
Yep. But I do think V'ger and the Doomsday Machine, the Whelper are bigger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Possibly
but it's definitely
V'ger.
up there.
Possibly V'ger, actually, I think might be the biggest. It's bigger than the Whale Probe, I think.
It is, yes. Yeah, I would say V'ger is probably the largest one.
I guess Dyson Sphere, if you want to go a bit more out of the box into the sphere.
That's not a ship, though.
It isn't. But would you be surprised if they had like thrusters and can move? Seriously, that level of technology.
I would be surprised because it's such a huge structure and it's around a sun. So if you shift the orbit of the sphere around the sun, you're going to fry somebody on the one side of the sphere because it's the perfect distance from the sun to make life livable.
I kind of assumed that either they
it would have station keeping.
I assume they like gravitationally control this. Once they built it around it, they control the gravitational power of the sun. So if they wanted to move, they could. You know.
I don't know about that.
Because
I'm gonna argue with you on that one. I want to say no.
Because weird side question: if you put a Dyson sphere around a sun,
yes,
would that then remove its gravitational power in that star system? We know how the Herodian thing was destroyed because they destroyed stars. Surely that would remove the gravitational, so it takes out of the stellar world and it being affected by the forces and.
That's hard to say. My first reaction would be to say yes, it would. It would only affect like the sphere itself and hold the sphere in place around it. But then the sphere itself, because it has weight and density, it would have its own gravitational pull. So it would act as an asteroid flying around it would get locked in its gravitational and then spin out or something. I don't know if the sun's gravity would extend beyond the Dyson sphere though. That's a very good question, and I'm not educated enough to answer that question.
Because it wouldn't be safe if it did, but I don't know. I mean, they're really advanced. Harnessing the sun's power. Do you think there could be a way? Well, it's sci-fi. You could just say there was a way of actually as the gravity of the star gets closer to the edge of the wall, that energy barrier actually sends that gravity out of the sphere. Almost like is gravity a force that you can send through a wormhole, send through a particle dimension barrier? Because, all these stars, they have a life, and you can imagine that one day they would see the sun of the Dyson sphere, look as if it flashed out. Well, it didn't. It got covered in by a Dyson sphere, but people might have noticed that eventually. I don't know.
Oh. Tim Theo did a direct PayPal question based on last episode. When Spock's hollow communication walked across the room and sat down on a coffee table, was the real Spock sitting in midair? Not Spock, it was Sarek.
Sorry, re-ask the question then? Sorry.
When Sarek's hollow communication walked across the room and sat down on the coffee table, was the real Spock the real Sarek sitting in midair? How does this tech work? Yeah, we talked about that. We have no idea. It makes no goddamn sense. He'd have to have a table the same height in his room that he's talking from to be able to sit down on it, unless the holograms can interact with the environment. In which case, as you said, that's why they phase it out, because you can hack into the hologram and affect stuff on the ship. So,
I mean, why have it move at all? What's the benefit of having a moving conversation? And since it's all just ones and zeros, why isn't you could again? If this was another sci-fi, right? Any other sci-fi where you could make it up, I would say holograms were based off a cortical chip inside your head, and once you connected to it, you were sitting down or standing, but you controlled your holographic form in that other space, and you could move around and sit on fake things because you saw it as if you were there. But we know that's not how it works. So,
yeah,
holograms use tables all the time.
Okay.
Okay.
Derek Rankin puts in £2 and says deserved to be said. So whatever he said last time.
What, the Katinga and Andromeda? Hey man, if you love Andromeda, I think Andromeda's great too. I give it all credit for being a cool design.
Yes.
Oh,
He also puts in another 2 pounds and says USS Eagle and Dorian-controlled variant Connie alien. I'm confused. Oh, the USS Eagle. That's from one of the fan productions, I think.
Yeah.
That's the Connie with all the stuff strapped to it.
Oh, it's from Phase 2?
Yes. Yes.
Let me have a... Yeah. Yeah, it's the one that was captured by the lady that was in TOS.
Yeah.
Which I've not seen.
I've seen it. It's enemy Starfleet, I think, is the episode
I've got a picture. I mean, it's a Connie with stuff attached. I mean, it's not very creative. It's kind of what they would do if that was made at the TNG time. It's like, oh, we can buy a quick AMD kit. Let's stick stuff to it. Which in itself makes it more justifiable. So there you go, Stuart. That's what she looked like.
Oh, I know. I know what she looks like. I have the schematics and stuff on my computer over here.
You have the schematics?
Yes.
Oh. Well, that's for our audience then. It's got some...
Let's see if I can maybe send it to you. Hold on a second.
It's got... I mean, it's just sort of stuff, really. I don't know.
Just sort of stuff, really.
Aye. Ach.
But we're going to hit the last super chat while I'm looking for that picture. Christopher Beatty puts in $5 and says,
thank you.
But if you can create a warp bubble around the Dyson right without upsetting the star within. I don't know about that either. I don't know if a warp bubble is capable of moving the gravity density of a star. I don't know. I just don't know.
But it's inside of a self-contained bit of technology, which in itself has to be... the Enterprise D didn't know it was a Dyson sphere. It didn't know there was a sun inside of it until they got inside of it, implying there's no radiation being emitted or signs. So at that point, why would there be a... if it's all internal, then the field is not affected by the inside, which means the gravity isn't affected, which means it just moves.
I sent you a thing.
You think you... Oh my gosh, there it is. Ah! So it's got things and bobs. Oh, it's got 2 cannons on the bottom. That's weird. Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
I have limited thoughts.
Yes. It's a cool schematic, but it's just a Connie with stuff attached to it.
Yeah, I'm excited to do, because if you guys have paid attention, the Star Trek the Avalon universe is a fan film series that they're doing at a group. I'm one of the VFX people behind it, and I'm also designing new ships for that, and one of which is updating the Constitution class as we go, each movie pushing it a little bit further, because the Connie could sort of be updated, although not in the way to Phase 2 or to refit, because that makes it more interesting. I think anyway, do something kind of different. But that's me, so I'm excited to see where that goes.
You know what else I like is the Andorian cruisers from Enterprise. Those are kind of cool.
And do they shout Andorian to you?
Sure. It's the first Andorian ship we've seen, so yes. They're blue, so yes.
Oh, they are blue. And it's funny, I was doing a shot for the Romulan War today, and my director said, "Great starbase, make it blue." Because it's meant to be Andorian. So that's what I did. Made it blue. It's got the same hull colouring as this cruiser. Why not? Do you think it's racist, Stuart, to just see one's colour of ship based on its own skin colour?
I don't know, pink skin.
Although I think it's only applicable to Andorians, because Klingons aren't green, Vulcans aren't red, Romulans aren't green. There's some tie, the blood colour and the sky of, I'm sure there's a red shift that occurs. Maybe they thought red is a baseline colour, and therefore everything needs to be built in red, or I don't know. I don't know.
Why aren't the pink skinned ships pink? Exactly.
We're not all
Although
pink, I think.
in TOS the ship was white.
Yes.
That's what we're saying. Even though now it's gray.
Yes.
Damn. Ooh. I also like the Kobayashi Maru. Any version of it. I mean, we never saw it in TMP or Wrath of Khan, I mean. But we did see it in the JJ films. I like that model. And I also like Thomas Maroney's from Star Trek Online. Great design. Great design.
And in fact, there's also going to be a Kobayashi Maru in Romulan War.
Nice.
But it's just a J-class freighter that I've modified. There's not much else. Because he postulated that's where it originally came from, an old story. And, not many custom ships in that era. So it's kind of funny to actually be, seeing the Kobayashi Maru and it's actually the original story of it getting destroyed. It's kind of fun to make.
Yeah. Fake account is yelling Narada, and I disagree. That's just it's a flower.
It's a ship that you can tell that someone somewhere said, make it like this.
Make it pointy.
And then they did.
It's supposed to look mean, so make it pointy.
They didn't actually
break
it down, design it. Or they kept
well, in the comics, it started out much smaller, and then.
I know. Well, let me pull up this one because this one, I think it looks better than it did in the movie. Personally, I can just replace them.
We got a super chat of 500 rubles that answers one of our questions.
Oh, that's
no gravity inside a Dyson sphere except star gravity and centrifugal forces. The shell, however, will pull the star. See Scado thruster concept. Scado thruster concept.
Well, you, sir, are a smart man, and we appreciate the feedback.
Smarter than us.
We just work in space.
Well, we are a hive mind with you guys, I guess. Yes. We are the Trekyards collective, after all.
And you will and have been assimilated. That's why you're here. So that's the other
resistance. Ship. Resistance isn't futile, but it's unlikely.
Resistance will not let you just desubscribe.
Right.
So yeah, there's one that I think its design is better than the movie portrayed it to be.
The jellyfish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting design. It is very neat the way it moves. However, it's kind of gimmicky.
Gimmicky.
With all the twirling and spinning and what is the purpose of that? Is it to create a stable field around it so it can get close to the sun to drop the red matter? There's got to be some kind of explanation for what's going on there.
Yeah, I mean it's again someone at one like JJ probably said, let's make it spin, and they're saying what? Why? Because spinning is tight, which is a reference to the not Screen Junkies, the other film pitch show. I like it as a shape, and it's a cool thing, and it moves well. But if it was red, would have helped instantly. Doesn't need to be red, but that would have helped. Ironically, Stuart, 25% different would have really fixed that thing up.
Right.
And it's seriously a thing. And if those inner two things, right? So say the outer rings, they did what they wanted. Fine, who cares? They're like impulse drives, right? So you put little glowies at the back. The inner two things, they don't move, and they have inner grill warp ring stuff. So it's it's still got a warp ring, and it's red, and the other tip is their impulse for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's good for inside an atmosphere, inside a gas giant. It can, and instantly makes a bit more sense rather than always blah, blah, blah. Who cares? What do you think?
Yeah. Your redesign ideas are good.
25%. That's all you need.
We got 3 super chats though.
Excellent.
Harrison Wells puts in $2.
Dude, don't take over the universe. Let it be.
V'ger is 76 or 78 kilometers long.
Oh.
Whale probe is 90 kilometers. So the whale probe is bigger.
Okay, that is surprising. I did kind of get that sense as soon as I said it, because they do fly over V'ger, and it does take a while, but it's not infinite. Whereas the whale probe is just wob 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 wob. It keeps going.
That's
Wob
a good
wob
sound
wob wob.
effect.
Did you actually get ever in Armada 3 when the whale probe turns up and really screws your shit? Did you ever get to that in the mod?
No,
Oh,
I didn't play. I didn't play the mod other than what you showed me. I played it for like a little bit after that, but I hate the interface.
Maybe we should do a live because I could stream my screen and screen share it, and you could like commentate as I play. That'd be kind of fun. Like,
I'd want to play though. People want to see us play against each other. These games.
But you could be like the admiral of this thing, and like I'm actually trying to fight. I'm doing all the hard work, and I get to say nonsense, and you get to like, no, go fight this Klingon, and the fleet admiral. So actually know how to play the game.
Yeah, it's one that I want to play again. I think I have to reinstall it and do the patch and stuff. You have to walk me through that, and then I would love to play again.
I mean, would you guys? I mean, that is like a several-hour game. Can get real complex. Would you like to see that?
Hell yeah, they would.
There's a really good BSG mod as well for that game. Really good. So fun to have like 8 Pegasuses. You know, I love Pegasus. Just like in. Just like,
yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Tim Theo puts in $2 and says,
that's...
coughs. He says, I like the Ghosis jet fighter.
Now,
Enterprise.
Do you know that ship?
I don't.
Then let me load it up for you because we are magic. I know exactly. I had to Google it too, but I have that fighter. Although
we got to address the next one because it's talking about the jellyfish.
It
says Joseph Patrick €2. Turn it 90 degrees to the left, and you have the alien head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got kind of that funky shape. That's definitely the one from Prometheus.
Sorry.
That is a cool fighter. I do like that.
Yeah, it's just cool. I love the little fighter dude inside of it, and yeah, I mean it's real. It's not in it for very long, but you gotta love Pierre Droulet and his like level of detail. Because when we talked to him, it wasn't about what it was in the script; it was about just what he thought until it was done. You know, it's scene for one scene. He doesn't get told that. It's just to build it properly. You know.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff's over detailed because of that. Great balls of fire.
We got another super chat of 300 rubles. You mentioned 25%. Will you discuss the recent Midnight Edge video? Prime is just another timeline in the JJ Paramount verse and doesn't mean canon. No. We've kind of speculated that all along. It's the Discoverse. It's its own universe. So we've been saying that since forever, and it's just not Prime. It's that universe's or that reality's version of Prime. But it's not our Prime universe.
The problem with the amount of content we produce is that we produce a lot of content, which means that people don't necessarily remember our views as we've expressed them multiple times. And so, you know, for a long time, we said Discoverse, long time. But there's no point saying Discoverse every time. You know.
No, and because we feel like we're repeating ourselves, but people that watch it don't necessarily watch the other stuff. So a lot of times we do say the same thing over and over again, and then we get blasted in the comments. You keep saying the same thing over and over again. Stop beating a dead horse. Stop hopping on the subject. It's like, really, we have to reiterate for people that don't watch everything, and if we don't, then we get called out for not saying it. It's like, really, we're kind of screwed if we do. Damned if we do, damned if we don't.
And I'll say it was a real interesting video. But you know, we like actual proof, circumstantial. You can't convict a man on circumstantial evidence. That's the point of a court of law. And so, you know, we try to only present the bestest. And we haven't talked about this individually, but we both think no until we know more. I mean, you know, we're not a reactionary YouTuber. You know, the amount of people that commented, you know, Discovery's cancelled, and made multiple videos on Discovery cancelled, and what did we do last week during that news? Well, let me look at our channel. We did not a lot, but we did stuff. You know, this week, internal graphic and holograms, and you know, interesting side topics that, you know, dissect little things, and you know, we try. We try.
Viren Victus says we expect nothing less, so that's why they come here. And thank you guys. We have a good base of followers that really pay attention to what we do, and we love you guys so much. So thank you very much for being part of that.
If and when there's proof, we'll report on it, and we'd love to, because we certainly think mostly that internally, but public, it's like our reputation is also on the line, so it's got to be real, got to be fully real. Yeah.
Yeah. Christopher Beatty puts in $5 and says, every time I hear disco verse, I keep asking, but where's the disco ball? I concur.
Yeah. Tim Theo, they didn't say Discovery was cancelled. They said, was Discovery cancelled? Well,
we have a video. Tomorrow's live might address that a little bit. We have an interesting live topic for tomorrow. Should we just tell them what it is, or should they have to wait?
No, sure, tell them.
All right, tomorrow's live at 5 Eastern Standard Time is about Discovery ending after season 3.
Yes.
And kind of just rolling right into the Section 31 show.
Because there was an announcement, but it was really quiet. And it's nothing to do with it being picked up or not picked up, but the plan. Yep. And boy, does that give potential contextual things. Yeah. Yeah, so it's all good. It's all good. Now I feel like I was trying to download Sins of Solar Empire. Do I still have Sins of Solar Empire installed? Because now I suddenly want to play that. I don't need to reinstall that. Okay. Then we can Star Trek mod. I can beat you up.
We need to help me reinstall it and get the mod on and stuff, and then we can.
I can send you 1,000. I can send 1,000 birds of prey. That's what I did once. Because the weak ships are weak, but they're cheap. So I think I built like 70 Mirandas and 50 Excelsiors just to have pure firepower against something big, and it didn't work. It really does hurt your heart when you see 50 Mirandas just blowing up one after another in fire and death. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Star Trek Legacy Ultimate Universe mod is good. Yes, but the game is bad. So I know you liked it better on console, but the controls for PC are garbage. I mean, they're just such a missed opportunity, that game. Looked beautiful at the time, Legacy, but real missed opportunity in terms of a quality game. And it had all the cast. That was the last time Avery Brooks was in Star Trek. He came back for that, and that was okay. Same with Scott Nakata, no, Scott Bakula, but yeah. Next.
Just give me a second. What? We have another super chat?
I don't know.
No.
Let me bring up a random ship that I have in my bag of multiple things. Which, do you recognise?
Stop talking about your bag.
Of multiple things. Now, this thing. Well, first of all, audience, without Googling, do you remember this ship? Let us know.
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
Yes.
Will I remember it? So I should shut up?
I mean, if you do, we'll give everyone a few seconds. Do you know what it is? Anybody. And whoever gets it right gets nothing.
It's the Nausicaan Raider.
Yes.
It is.
Nausicaan Raiders are blue. Yes.
Oh, no, they use this one based... Never mind. I don't remember this ship, no.
Okay.
Is it the Wisp ship?
What's the Wisp?
Well, Sylvia and I just did our yay and nay for Enterprise, and there's the episode with the Wisps where the Enterprise gets taken in the other ship, and there's little wispy things like possess the crew, and they send trip to Florida and have a barbecue and eat catfish, and the wispy ship.
Is that? Do you remember it from that? Do you think that's what, or are you just using the chat to cheat?
That's what it looks like.
I think you're right. I think this is a Brandon McDougall. Although I love someone said Vija 2. It is kind of Vija-y. I'll absolutely give him credit for that. This is one that I didn't even remember existed, and then I was like, oh shit, I should try and get this model because I forgot it existed. It's actually I actually really like this model. The way the door opens is awesome. Yeah, I think it's a cool shape. I think it's yeah. I think because the nice thing about 3D modeling is that if it's smaller than your hero ship, you have to get closer to see it, so it has to be higher detail. If you see it close up to your ship, which is then smaller than this, it has to be high detail. So because the Enterprise got pulled into the middle, the doors, the front had to be high detail, and they had to, so it ended up being better than it could have been because of the way it was shot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm realizing that Eagle Moss doesn't have a lot of ships that I thought they had.
Oh, like what?
You had to ask me that, didn't you?
Well,
Zindi Aquatic. They have the Zindi Mammalian one.
Well, they have the main aquatic. They have the big cruiser.
Do they? I didn't see that on my glide through here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have it. I think I have it. Oh, now you're making me question myself here.
I know they have the insectoid one.
Oh god, you're making me. No, it's there. 65. Yeah, 65.
Okay.
That's a pretty good miniature. Although because the water bits obviously can't be see-through, it didn't quite have the same pop.
Yeah, see, it's not listed online.
65. What's 65?
Issue 61. It goes from 61 to 64 to 66 to 68 to 69 to 70, 71, 73. It skips a bunch on the website.
So I go to Memory Alpha, Star Trek Eagle Moss collection, because it's like really clear.
Okay, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm an idiot.
I mean, yes.
Wow.
Degra Shuttle. I like Degra Shuttle, but no one watched our episode on it, so no one else likes it apparently.
Right, and if you didn't see and you like the ship, go watch it.
Yes. Oh, do you remember? I'm just scrolling down. Do you remember that Riemann scimitar concept we did?
Yes.
It's actually in Star Trek Online.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
We were like, it's so amazing, and then the comments were like, yeah, it already exists. So we're like, oh, well, we don't know. I found this. I found the episode. Look, guys, please go watch the Degra ship because that's 2,500 views. It bombed horrendously, but it's got renders and scale and put time and effort into it. Please, everyone, go watch that video. Please, everybody, please. Also, only 59 likes. I just liked it. Come on, 159 people. The page.
Well, we're not doing good enough for them to like us.
Do you not like us?
Are you not entertained?
Amused? Close enough.
Oh, it's entertained. It's not amused. Come on now.
No, there's not amused as well. That's from something else.
Though. No, well, not in Gladiator. I'm talking Gladiator. Are you not entertained? It's much better.
I'm not amused. I don't even know. So like it, guys. I would like to see more than 69 likes. Giggity. I want to see 100 likes. 100.
Did you just say giggity?
Nope. I said 100 likes. No one has proof I said anything. There is no record of this. That's how lives work, right?
Yes, it happens and it's gone forever.
That's how lives work, right?
Yep, absolutely. 100% without a doubt. You have it right. You are the man. Moronic man.
Not muses from Queen Victoria, yes, I know. Did you make a video on the Zindi Aquatic yet? Did you forget?
Yes.
Yes, we did already. That was good.
Yes, we did. It was a fun one, actually. The Air Aquarium. I love the Air Aquarium.
Didn't you talk about
no,
like ramming with water? There's something about either ramming it or it ramming someone else.
Well, it was
the water's a
weapon. We had a versus thing, and it was like break one of the pods and eject the water and throw the water at your ship because it would be frozen. And then people complained and said no, it would be evaporated, and I sounded like an idiot.
Evaporated? Why would it be evaporated? Oh, I guess the explosion would evaporate it.
Oh, the harshness of space and all that shit. I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Well, what if you used an acid bomb on the hull, and you chemically change the water to add stuff that would make it dissolve?
Antifreeze?
Yeah. No, anti-evap. Anti-vap.
Anti-vap. Yeah, that's the thing. All right, yeah. Cool.
David Ford just joined. Who's ramming what now?
You don't want to know, dude.
Go watch episode like 12. It's great.
Are you sure it's episode 12?
I don't know. I'm not. No, I'm not. Why are you judging me on this?
Because I judge you every day.
I know you do.
Sorry, I'm just actually doing something on the side here, but
That's transporters. I'm not far off though. It was one of our like earliest mission briefings, on purpose. Oh, you've got me annoyed now.
I tend to do that.
Oh, we've done so many episodes.
Super chat. Yes, we do. We just got a 250 ruble super chat. Varo generational ship, boring design but interesting concept.
Yes. Let me. That I think I have a render of. I think that one's a weird one. Yeah. Oh, it was called Barge ship. There it is. And again, I believe a Brandon McDougall design or build, I should say. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to it. Although the pods themselves are high detail.
Are you gonna put it on the screen, or?
Yep.
Okay, because I haven't seen it yet. Because I got this massive delay over here, as you guys know. Oh,
we never really like saw it.
Okay.
I mean, it's fine.
It's like a stick.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of small ships put together. It's a good episode though. I quite like that one. I like Voyager. I think Voyager is so underappreciated. And if you want sci-fi, okay, some of it might be recycled sci-fi, but I mean, Discovery's all recycled sci-fi. You know, I mean, also Orville, but done funnier.
Yeah, it's hard to come up with new concepts. They just because they've done so many episodes. Harrison Wells puts in $2 and says the Tellurian transport from TNG.
Tellurian. Now, isn't that also? Ah, yes.
That's the Andrew Probert one, I think.
Andy, yes. That is. It's good. Although, actually, yeah. Huh. Let me just load that in. Let me try and find a good picture. Well, that's a picture. Not a good picture by any means. Stuart's writing something. He's writing a secret.
It's a secret note, and that I'll pass to you somehow across the pond. And
carrier pigeon.
It's got, "Do you like me? Will you be my partner?" And for Trekyards, click. Check yes or no.
What are you on about? Are you okay?
I have no idea. I'm perfectly fine.
Are you sure?
I've had a good day. That's fine.
That's good. So yeah, here's the Tellurian. And actually, I never realised it, but the front is just kind of a Ferengi Marauder. Bit of a Ferengi ship there.
Yeah. That's not available from Eagle Moss, is it?
No, but that's another one they'd have to scratch build, so it wasn't on the top of the list. I like the idea of a big ball at the back. Where you know. But do you remember what Andy said about that as a day? As like, he's like, oh, how do I do this thing? And Gene's like, just make it a warp pageant. And he's like, wait, we can do that? He's like, yeah, it's an alien.
Defies the pairs rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's an alien, so it's fine. Okay, we'll do it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Andy, but he's so strict to those rules. It's a little much.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? I love the guy though. I do. He's awesome. Reminds me of my dad.
Plague ship, absolutely.
Yes. Ooh, that's when I got
it. Nihilist Shadow. Speaking of generational ships, I'm curious to know what the Kelvin transgalactic generation ships would look like. The Kelvin interests me greatly and would feature heavily in my Star Trek series. What would a Kelvin era generational ship look like, given they're already or Kelvin timeline, it's already so big?
It would look like the Kelvin, because it was, I think, a colony ship that had like 26 damn shuttles that left it.
I still don't. Why the Kelvin timeline? The Kelvin is not what changed it. It should be the Narada timeline. You know what I mean?
I know.
It doesn't.
I know. Oh, I know. And they've even said that the universe, or the reality was changed before that incident.
Which makes it completely irrelevant.
Yes.
Oh, it's a weird one. It's writers that had one idea at the time, and as you start to unravel it, you're like, But by that point, they already spent 100 million and shot half of it. It's like,
Yeah, it's a bit of shit, isn't it, guys?
Yeah. Why didn't they just, I mean, it's obviously now back on the whatever topic, but that, I thought the weakest part of 09 was the combining to Prime, because you can't win. The Kelvin does not look appropriate. The uniforms are not correct. The brewery's dumb. I mean, nothing of that. That was their chance to do something properly looking Prime and canon and fun, and yet they did what they did. It's like, this doesn't quite work, guys.
Yeah, it was a really clever concept to reintroduce the TOS timeline, but in an alternate reality. I thought that was fantastic, and then I saw it on screen, and I went, "What the hell is going on? Why does it look so different?"
You kind of accept it until you get to the brewery. Until you see concrete. Literally, we did that when we did the Kelvin 3-parter. There's literally concrete blocks in frame. And it's like, no, there isn't. What are you on about? At no point could they possibly have got to that point. There's nothing. There's nothing to explain there. It's ridiculous. I hated that.
Brian Dodd, though, puts in $5 and says, I have a non-canon model of a Federation light cruiser. We called it the Crater class, bought at Gen Con in 1978. Would you be interested in seeing it? Of course, we're interested in seeing all ships.
Well, I tell you what. Oh, sorry, you finished.
Fine, let me finish, man. A lot of the ships and things from that era, just after TOS and just after the motion picture. I think the motion picture is 77, right? Yeah. And it's interesting stuff. I got some Gorn blueprints of a Gorn ship. But anyway, yes, Samuel, continue.
Oh, send a picture of it if you want to Trekyards@hotmail.com. We'll review it right now.
Yes.
Since you brought it up.
David Ford puts in €10. Thank you very much.
Very kind.
Did you guys ever discuss the massive battleship from the TNG episode where the old dude alien wiped out the whole planet and his wife, Boo-hoo, the ship that chased the Enterprise away, the Hussick? Yes, we just talked about that. Was one of the first ones we talked about on here. One of the people in the chat suggested it.
Is that the Hussick, though?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they went, didn't it? That was the big planet-killing beam that looked as if it killed the planet.
Yes.
Was it good?
So, yes.
Yeah. I'll bring it back up to so you can tell us if we're right.
Of course we're right. We're awesome.
Dupe. That one. Yeah, it's I mean, you gotta love the creativity, you know. And isn't it sad that this one ship, right, is like better than half the Klingon designs in Discovery?
Yeah, this ship is actually really cool looking, I gotta say. Looks like a stealth ship of some kind because of the black.
Yeah. Like it's cheap and cheerful and simple, but it's still better thought out than the Kudach class or the Jakdech or the Dochmoch Dorderdach.
No, you're speaking real Klingon.
Sorry, it comes out. Sorry, the class. See, it does come from a different place actually. You go Dachmech or Dachich. It's very different. It's very different.
It is very different,
Guttural
and that's one of my beefs. David Bessick puts in $2. I can send you a work in progress of a Kanzinti design if you want.
Do it. Trekyards@hotmail.com.
Actually, I just found a Kanzinti design the other day that was going to be used in Enterprise Season 5.
What? Really?
Yeah, based on a continuation of the animated series episode, The Slaver Weapon. I actually have a picture of it. Hold on, because I had to screenshot that. I thought we should talk about it. I don't know.
Because he was the main guy. Are you sure? 100% official?
Yes.
Okay, we'll screen cap it, Facebook me, and I'll send it over. I mean, it's out of focus, so yes, do it. Do it.
Fine.
Do it.
Do it. I'll send it via Facebook Messenger because it's on my phone.
No, that's something else.
Dashvek Baktok.
Please, 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 help me, help
Do you need the
me.
Do you need the Heimlich maneuver? Are you okay over there? I don't know.
Oh, renders. Dave, you're gonna render it. Do it, man. Render it. Trekyards.com. We've got half an hour. And we are talking shit. But in a night. See, this is, you know.
No, we're talking ships, not shit.
Hit. Free flow is nice. Okay, Stuart,
Yes.
look at the thumbnail
Yes.
of this episode.
No. I'm busy. Oh. Yes, okay. Thumbnail of the episode. Gotcha.
I mean, okay, it's a bit obvious, I guess, but at the time they were made,
Yes.
like, what's the order of strength? So I just realized it's really obvious who wins. Like, it's such an obvious list of who wins, but, like, based on the era they're from.
Well, it's Borg Tactical or 8472 is kind of a toss-up because I don't think we saw the tacticals going against the 8472 ships, so that could be
to fight them. You can assume that was
So those two are pretty much up in the air. Then it's the Derridex, then the what the hell, the D5, and then is that the Hideki?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Hideki, because the Hideki's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Because the problem is that they're so, like, the Hideki doesn't mean anything in this fight, and the D5 is so old. I was about to say, like, could all four of them beat the 8472 ship? But the D5 wouldn't do anything. You know, it's funny, to temper only for a brief second, the battle with, well, I won't give spoilers, but the battle you see in it, I got so many comments saying, doesn't work, this ship can't beat that ship, and I kept arguing, I mean, the distance of time makes a huge difference. Something being 100 years, something 50 years. You know, the difference between a Galaxy class at launch, the Galaxy, versus the Enterprise D at destruction, I mean, or even just the E. If the phase strips have improved 3 times, especially the Borg influence, that's a big chunk of improved power. It's not like 1%, it would probably like, what, 10% each time improvement in phases, you'd assume, at least?
Yeah.
Same with the torpedoes, you know, Mark 8s to Mark 12s. Yeah, I would assume it'd be a pretty hefty chunk of improvement. So, no, I would argue that even the D at the end of its 7-year run could wipe the floor of the Galaxy at its launch. If it couldn't, what's the point? You know? What do you think?
I totally agree. The advancement of tech definitely equals things out in that regard, and people don't take that into consideration half the time. So yeah, I totally agree with you. Like I would think that a Derridex or maybe 2 or 3 Derridexes might be able to take on the Fesarius from TOS, the huge First Federation ship. Sure, it might be huge and advanced for the time for TOS, and we don't know the tech from the First Federation, but you get a couple warbirds in there with cloaking capabilities and quantum drives and who knows what else that they have.
Yeah.
I'm sure they might be able to take it on.
What?
Any Romulan ships at the time? Probably not.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, not just that. I actually like that, and I love that argument, because I would assume the Fesarius has awful weapons compared to Derridexes, but really good shields. Because a ship of that size, you would need a lot of, like, you'd assume a lot of power generation, you know? So weapons inferior, but shields really powerful. I don't know why I would assume that. What do you think? Does that make sense?
I don't know if it would have shields necessarily that were powerful because it is so huge. It'd take a lot of generation. However, the outside of the ship does look like just shield generators, those big balls.
That's what I mean.
But it could just be armor too, because the little ship that separates and breaks away, that is where he is. That I think is like the command module. He said he's alone. Even an alien company would be welcomed. So if he commands that whole ship from that little tiny ship, that could just be all like armor and weaponry or fuel or power supplies for a long journey or whatever.
Or maybe it's like what his species needed to cross the Great Barrier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something that simple is just I'd love that, all armor. But still, I mean, Intimo Darkly showed the very literal 100 years equal nothing can compare. Not even slightly. And this would be a fun, again, Verse would be great to do at some point, I think, lives. But 10 Constitution classes classic Kirk versus Enterprise D. Gut reaction.
10 might be able to take down the D, just because of sheer numbers and tactics. Sure, the weapons aren't as strong, but you focus a couple ships' phasers on one particular part, you can take down the shields. And with the Galaxy, all you have to do is sit in a cell, and the whole ship's going to explode. So,
but
with proper strategy, I think it would be possible.
But it's the same thing we saw in Into
10 Constitution classes.
It's the same thing. We saw a fleet try and take on the Defiant, but the fact is the Galaxy, like one phaser blast could rip right through the colony's shields and destroy it in 1-2 hits. And so it would only take 20 hits to wipe them out, and every ship you destroy lessens the barrage. So even 10 colonies firing, 9 colonies, 8 colonies, 7 colonies, you know what I mean? Like, shields, I agree, firepower is probably going to be interesting, but just defensively, I would assume no. I mean, even could a torpedo rip through the colony's shield, like a proper D high yield? Probably,
yes.
Yeah.
I would say so. But at the same time, if you have multiple ships hitting a particular shield facing from different angles with different weapons, it's going to go down a lot faster.
Yeah, I
agree reduce in power very quickly.
And the colonies aren't exactly not maneuverable, but the D has a good targeting. You know, most of the time ships don't hit each other because plot.
Well, look at full photonic spread. I mean, it could probably fire 10 photons at once, one at each ship.
Yeah.
And
that's what I mean. It's a tricky battle, but I think the tech makes a massive difference, because if
absolutely.
I mean, if that jump wasn't big enough, then eras you wouldn't need to upgrade. There'd be no arms race. You know, Katinga's. I mean, the Klingons are always trying to iterate, be stronger, be better. Well, if they weren't, what are you fighting against? There's always got to be, you know.
Harrison Wells put in $2 and said the Sheliak Corporation. Corporate ship. The Sheliak ship. Again, it's a black ship. I think it's the same ship as the Hussack.
Let's have a look. No, that one's different. Oh, it's a merchantman convert. I forgot about that one. Yes,
yes.
I like this one. This one's cool actually. And that I think we didn't see enough merchantmen. Honestly, weird enough. I think that one should have been used more. That's a great one. Yeah. Yeah. The Sheliak, underused. They were used once. Should have been regular. Well, once.
250 rubles. Brewing and engineering section. I remember the USS Kelvin had plastic curtains instead of force fields. By the way, any thoughts on ship models reused multiple times for different species? Well, it's just... It makes them fun. It makes them interesting because it's fun spotting them and going, what did they add? That was just the ship of the week thing because they had used physical models, so they needed to save costs. So, we've talked with Rick about that. There's that one ship that's in TNG, like every episode, that's got the X on the back, the different configuration of the X. Yeah, I don't even know.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
But yeah, it's used multiple times in multiple series, and it's just like, damn. I think that's actually kind of funny, though.
Well, I like the idea that like lower quote unquote races kind of buy ships. You know, that the Bajorans aren't building necessarily freighters when they might just be able to buy a freighter, you know? And then it gets kit bashed. Like or even like the Ferengi. They build loads of shitty hulls. They sell them to 9 races for a hefty markup, and they modify them over a few years. So at some point I kinda like the idea of just a low powered race just buying something and customizing it. I mean, it's weird.
Yeah.
And it makes the galaxy smaller. But
how many times do we hear that in our research though? Like for the Saladin and for even the Consulate class, which you guys don't know about yet, but how they get sold off to like either private companies or whatever to, you know.
I mean, if all you need is a space hull, like a space frame, then why wouldn't whoever designed it first run its service and say, we're going to make the new version. Let's see if we can sell it to neighboring races. And they sell it, and
you strip out all your confidential tech, your computer systems. They install their own. They have the working space frame.
Well, I have another the AK assault rifle design, right? Universal, because it's so goddamn reliable. I've seen a video where a tank runs over it and it still shoots. It goes in sand. I mean, it is the most reliable. Most generic.
But yeah, Richard Hammond on the Grand Tour can fire one and get it jammed multiple times.
Did he?
Anyway, that's
a hard gun to jam.
Yeah, they've made fun of him ever since because it's an AK.
But there's so many iterations. There's so many ways. I mean, it's a simple frame, real simple frame, but so many people use it because it's just reliable. And different countries. Not everyone's bought the Kalashnikov, but they're like, well, we're just going to take this rough... Hey! It's a slightly odd parallel, but why wouldn't you have spaceships that lots of people copy? It's cheap, it's easy, it's effective, and we have customized things. I'm not against that. It's not ideal, but they certainly tried to make them different. Like the Hussuk is great, and a few variants are fun. Yeah.
David Bessick puts in $2 and said the Kazinti ship email is sent. And we got another 150 ruble. And it says, sorry, badly formulated. I meant any thoughts on models themselves, like the one with the X-Wing-like structure on the backside. That's what I was talking about. I mean, the skill of those model makers to take those ships and change them up so that they look little different with only like a week's notice or change the registry or whatever, because they changed the registry on the Excelsior numerous times to like Lakota and other things, and I think it actually got sold off as the Lakota because that was the last name change. But or adding the pieces for the Enterprise B onto the existing structure so it didn't damage the original structure, and yet they still did because the glue they used ruined it. But they worked those new pieces for the B so that it attached the original model without modifying it at all. So the original model was still in one piece. I mean, that takes a lot of skill to figure that out, compromise, and execute it. So, I think the models are cool.
Yeah, it's a lost skill. The idea of kit bashing. I mean, it's of its time, and this is why I think we both love Voyager and Enterprise, because they actually were creative. The training wheels were off. It was great. But yeah, they got a lot of mileage. And honestly, I'd be interested to know, if we could time travel and ask audiences, how many people actually knew that it was the same ship again and again. Because if you only saw the episode once, and it was in standard def on a big crap screen, I mean, how many, you know what I mean? Like, do people really think, oh, it's the 7th time, Jerry, they're being used, so cheap. Do they even notice? I don't think, I get the feeling they probably wouldn't have noticed as much.
Might have been vaguely familiar, like that looks. Yeah. Subconsciously, it's familiar, but it's like
6 seasons in. I think I've seen that one before. I can't picture it. And Jeff Jacobs, Samuel described an AK, not AR. Didn't I say AK?
You did say AK.
Yes. Hi, Scottish Trekkie. Ah, Tim, I haven't found a P90. We were so close to firing a P90.
That's a long story.
Hey, we have to go see him again just for that, Stuart. I'll pay my flight. I want to fire a P90.
We will, but just relax.
I don't want to relax. I want to fire a P90. Dude, I was a good shot. That P90, I bet will be incredible. Because there's no recon in that thing.
Yeah, it's a perfectly designed gun.
Ooh, nice. Thanks for the compliment. I'll take that as a compliment. It's good.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, it's not the prettiest gun. It's not the gun that I would necessarily choose for like my sidearm as far as aesthetics go.
Yes.
But as functionality, yeah, man. If you're gonna be using it a lot, that's what I would want. Yeah.
The only real downside is it's got a very, very fast fire rate. So if you auto it, you're gonna burn through mags and they're hard to carry. I've airsofted and I've had to buy separate pouches to have many. It is a very tactical weapon, and not like a one you take on a very long mission.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We should do. Sorry, one brief. We should do a live about what you would. I've loved talking this with my friends years ago. What would you bring for a zombie survival? Like what guns, what kit? I've always loved that topic.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Completely irrelevant to everything we do, but
I could go and grab a few things out of the house. As you know,
so
I've got some good zombies.
Well, I meant a bit more fictional. I'm sure one of our friends like draw us like we asked one of our art friends draw a really simple version of what we pick, and then present it to the person with which rifle, which pistol, or would you do a shotgun? Would you? Because Like I say, I've talked about that in with my friends.
Lindsay Clear is asking what the red ship on the bottom right is. That is a proposed Kzinti design for one of the later seasons of Enterprise. They had a few story ideas.
Do the super chats and we'll talk about it because I'm excited to talk about it. 'Cause it's interesting.
Yes. Harrison Wells puts in $2. Non-Trek, but Midnight SY3 ship. Moonlight SY3 ship.
Let's have a look.
I don't know what that is.
It's a fighter jet. It's quite similar to the one you liked that splits into multiple pieces. I like the colour scheme, but it's a very simplistic. But okay, no, I like the top view. The top view is cool.
I guess I should take a look.
I don't envy people have to like design a new fighter jet, because you would think there's so few like shapes that, you know what I mean, or already have been done. You know, like spaceships, everything is doable, but a fighter jet, you know, especially if you've got to like design it to be real. You know,
it's interesting. It's interesting. Michael David Anthony Fakit puts in £5 essentially. Big fan of the Dominion battleships, both of them, especially since playing with them in STO.
Technically, only one's a battleship, the other's a cruiser, but I appreciate the thought.
Technically, you're a nerd.
you like battleship too? That's a good.
I love it. Yeah.
That's a good. Well, the windows are broken. The windows are broken beyond all.
Okay. Joseph Petrick put in €2. Here's the ransom money. Talk about it. So we got to talk about the Kzinti ship now.
Although Dan23 penalties on Stargate SG1. Yes, that's how I know them. Right, let's talk about it. So I'm gonna let you talk because I've never seen this before, and I'm gonna. All
right.
Okay, I'm no longer on the screen, Stuart. It's just you and the ship. So.
Oh well, that's sexy. So, guys, last yay or nay episode that Sylvia and myself did, we talked about the series Enterprise, and after that, I got sent a link to a bunch of half-developed scripts, some ideas, some whatever that was going to be proposed for the next couple seasons of Enterprise. Samuel and myself have spoken to Michael Westmore and Doug Drexler about some of the proposed things as well, and there was some fascinating stuff. This one really caught my eye because, like, you know, we're the ship guys. Also, I'm huge into Starfleet battles as well as Starfleet Command Volume 1, 2, and 3, and there's a race called the Kzinti. The Kzinti were also tied in with Star Trek, the animated series. There's an episode called the Kzinti Slaver Weapon. And so they're going to bring the Kzinti back for Enterprise, which is one of my beefs that I had with Enterprise, is why create the Xindi when you have all the other races that you can draw from that we've heard about in different media and just use those, right? So they were going to bring the Kzinti back, and this is one of the proposed ship designs for the Kzinti ship from Enterprise. And I thought this was really cool because the Kzinti are a big part of Starfleet battles that me and my brother have played, and it is part of Starfleet Command. They are a race that you can play in that as well. So I've seen different ship designs of theirs. This was an interesting standout for me in that list because they actually had proposed art designs for it. So it was almost like it would have been like in season 5 early on. So they started developing it perhaps. But yeah, it's a really neat design. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Nice.
The animated series, The Slaver Weapon, go watch it. So this was going to be it was going to be a direct tie-in to that animated series episode, which would have bumped that one up to official canon.
Do you know why the Kzinti are important?
I have to look in their history again. The Kzinti and the Lyrans, or is it the Lyrans?
I mean, I do know why they're important. I was wondering if you actually knew the why they're important.
Not off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up.
Well, the Kzinti were invented by Larry Niven, the very famous sci-fi author who did the Ringworld series.
Okay.
And they were just one of the races he created for it. And so they accidentally made their way into Star Trek. So I think he did write something for Star Trek, I remember. But they just used one of his races. I don't think... Now, I don't know the full story, but a Ringworld... like... that was exactly them. This non-Trek race appeared in Star Trek, and so then using them again is like, well, Larry owns them. You know, does that make those two universes collide canon? Well, no. he just wanted to include them, I think. I mean, they're not exactly the same. Like, they are the same, but obviously it's not the same deep mythology. But yeah, they're from the Ring World and his own multiple, you know, Man Kazin Wars 3 by Larry Niven. I mean, they're a very fleshed out race, and I'm pretty sure they're in Ring World as well. And yeah, they're animated series.
And Joseph Petrick says, "Thank you, Stuart. You should read audiobooks." That being said, I'm recording the audio for this right now, so I'll just start reading here. Before the governor could answer, Giorgio added, "Who besides you know about the falsified data? Anyone who knew of this fraud and failed to report it could be criminally liable." There you go.
There's a good scene later on with that team. They run away from their like safe bit because they're like, yeah, shit, we can't deal with this threat because they're coming after them, the big alien. And I wish I could sketch what I drew for the aliens attacking them and the drones. It's good. It's a good air space battle. Good concept, although very very similar to the TNG episode where Riker looks like a baby face. It's his footage from All Good Things. You know, his reuse babyface him. It's an okay book. I didn't finish it. I was listening to it in the gym an hour a day. It was my gym book, and some of it was interesting. Some of it was very boring. But it was I hated one bit of it. You've already got part. Wait, have you actually listened to it or not?
No, I haven't.
Oh, there's
No,
one.
Yeah.
There's one
I'm
bit.
actually reading it.
Oh, okay. How far have you got?
Just over halfway.
Oh, that's okay. Do you remember that bit then when the Enterprise like threatens to fire on Giorgio in like 2 minutes? It's like, wow, this escalated ridiculously quick. Are you kidding? This is unbelievable beyond belief.
It's unbelievable beyond belief.
Yes.
You just said that. You just actually said that. Because unbelievable and beyond belief are the exact same thing. So
but it's so unbelievable. But the thing is, it happened in the book. It's so unbelievable. Yet it happened.
All right.
But I hated that. It's like I lost all respect for this book. If you're seriously saying that within literally 1 minute, a trained captain says, "Yes, I'll fire another Federation ship. That's fine. I'll destroy." It's literally, it's not even fire. It's destroy them.
The way they explain it though does make sense for what was going on and the circumstances. I totally buy it.
Really?
But
I hated that moment.
Yeah, we're talking about ships though, right? David Bessig puts in $5. Here's ransom money for you to show my Konzinti ship.
Yes, I actually have it. Let me have just downloaded them, and I will then show them on the stream. Yay, 3D modeling! Gotta love it.
While you're doing that, though,
yes.
Got another 300 ruble super chat. In the yay or nay, you promised to speak about an Enterprise rewatch. I did about halfway through because I pulled up the point that on this once we hit season 3 and talked about the Xindi arc, that's where I said on the rewatch I really enjoyed season 3 and the pacing of it and the writing of it and just everything about it. And I wish I would have watched it the first time. So that's what I was talking about. He also says also Kathian ships are pretty. Are they STO only?
Yes, I'm gonna guess because I don't know what Kathians are.
Yeah, unless I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's the way
that sounds cool. Kathian.
Probably saying it wrong. Oh, and Metallic Fan 1442 puts in £2. It says, "Thank you for producing the content, guys."
Oh, you are more than welcome. We're the crazy
we really
people.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as we hate it, we really enjoy it.
There's so many moments of truly rewardingness, you know. And it's an honor.
Some days,
you know.
Yeah, some days you can ask me, and I just don't want anything to do with Trekyards, and same with Samuel.
Well, I have to either way. I gotta edit. So it's kind of like...
I know. We usually play off each other. Like if I'm in a bad mood, he'll cheer me up. If he's in a bad mood, I'll try to cheer him up. So
which is a lot less often because I'm just like gotta be peppy, gotta be peppy.
Well, he's peppy and British, and I have suffered from depression.
Well,
and
I'm really Jamaican, but I hide it very well.
Yeah, man. Okay, so the ships I'm looking at here, they are Kathian.
I also found one that I'm going to put on the stream.
They're very cool looking designs, I gotta say. And I don't think we've seen them outside of Star Trek Online, no.
Or even in Star Trek Online. I haven't seen them. Oh,
Yes,
that didn't
not
work.
Cathian. Oh, Cetacean, like Emrys. All right, well, that's not
Oh,
what you put an H in there. It's the Cathian.
and it Googled just fine. I got something with it, so
I did too. I did too.
this is what I got. Starting online, The Reckoning, and that's a nice looking, simple ship. I like it. I like the simple geo and yeah, The Reckoning.
Yeah,
No,
the Cetaceans, they are more than Star Trek Online. They were in the animated series because MRAS, obviously. Um, they've been mentioned a few times. They were mentioned in Discovery, actually.
oh,
The
they were.
science officer that came over from the Enterprise when he was talking to Burnham right before he died in the asteroid field said his roommate was a Cetacean, and he had to correct her mathematics or whatever. So,
Um,
Cation.
Jamaica me crazy Samuel, says Tim Theo.
Oh, that's not the one I saw. There's a better one.
And Brian McFarlane has posted this comment multiple times. Please do read the comments, Stuart, because everyone likes hearing you read things more than
Hey,
me.
Captain Commander, why do you think the Klingons and Romulans only use tuna cells and not more on a ship? Because the pairs rule exists. You only can have two. That's the rule. I don't know. I think that would have been cool to spice it up a little bit, but
Well, the problem is that we know the games, which are all licensed. So for me, a lot of the game stuff is relatively valid. So there are 4 nacelle of each. It's just variations in variations of a theme. Like I would love to see us model some of the other ships because I just want to see them probably done. You know.
yeah. AC Costello puts in $2 and $2 and says, consider bringing in a physicist to discuss Star Trek tech. You know what? I've been approached by 2 physicists, one nuclear and
Nuclear.
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 Anyway.
With a
Yes.
W.
Anyway, I have their business cards. They're fans of
Oh,
the
wow.
show, and they were approached on 2 separate occasions by 2 different people. From one was working in Africa, and was over here and saw me, they'd be more than happy to come on the show and talk about that stuff in real life. I just haven't got back to them. One actually works for NASA, so yeah, I don't know if we want to involve real world tech. I wouldn't know which questions to ask.
Well,
But
I was about to say the problem with that is that I know nothing.
well, they would teach us. I mean, we could say, what about theoretical warp travel? Has it been started or whatever?
It's true.
And we could,
But I would feel so dumb because I
would too.
It's like Rick Sternbuck. I think John and Doug. I think like real world science travel. As
Rick does for sure, and so does John. Yeah.
Yeah, space travel, and like that's great. And obviously they were of an era when that was the exciting new thing. You know, when I mean, I couldn't imagine seeing that for the first time, getting to the moon and that live. I mean, that's amazing. But from my perspective, obviously, there's only antiquated stuff, and they never went back. But if common sense would have meant they would have kept going back and kept building, if really it had been a logical thing to do, you would have kept evolving, and now you should have had, regular trips to the moon, and you know what I mean. It's amazing that it stalled for 30 years. Bizarre is the word. Gives a slight credence to the conspiracy theories. Well, if you do it 30 years ago, why can't you do it today? When my phone is twice the power of the Apollo 13 module. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of political bullshit. And just cost and infrastructure and stuff that's just not a.
And just the world changed. It was a lot of it was to prove a point to the Russians. Look, we can do it! Ha! Okay, we did it now. Back to our normal stuff. So it's like the limits of that, beyond the theoretical, is just, we've got a rocket. You know what I mean? It's so limited. I like Transwarp. I like all these fictional cool things. It's interesting. It's fun. So, for me, real world, until it gets really interesting, is dull. Is simple. Does it make sense? Or am I a bit annoying?
Yeah. No. It makes sense, but at the same time, it would be fun to have them on and hear what they say about.
It would be real cool. I would absolutely love it, but I would be so out of my depth.
Yeah. And Joseph says, that would be great, Stuart. Please ping them. We'll see what we. I'm always looking for new things to talk about on the show, and when they came up to me and like, we're fans of your show, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool. How you doing? Nice to meet you. And then they hand me their business card, and it's like, theoretical whatever physicist, and I'm like, and you watch me? I sit in my home, make YouTube videos. thank you for being a fan. I think that I'm really stupid right now talking to you, but hey, whenever I see that kind of PhD letters after their name kind of thing, it's like I feel stupid no matter what I say.
But Stuart, you're a lord. Use that against them. Ah, doctor, but I'm a lord.
Yeah.
Are you a lord?
Lord, Lord Captain, Lord Foley.
Yeah, yeah. No, that'd be fun. Although, do you think we could out Trek then?
Yeah.
That'd be
I
fun.
don't,
We quiz them on sci-fi, they quiz us
you
on
know,
science. We each one of us work either way.
it would be fun to bring in somebody like that on a live chat if they're willing to actually
Yes.
answer questions from you guys.
Oh,
Kind
that.
of super chat question only kind of thing, because with the special guest we'd have to do super chat only. Doug Drexler's even said he wouldn't mind coming on a live to talk with us at some point, and with you guys. So it's something we have in mind. We always got new ideas for new shows, and we have these lives now, which we have to mix it up and come up with new topics. So we always have stuff going on. So who knows what the future holds?
Although it is fun that we basically just migrated the Trekyards podcast into this. You know, like
Yes.
there is some formats where to just neatly move on, and these support us infinitely better than they ever did. So
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, so obviously how old are you again? In your what? In your 40s, aren't you? But yeah, I'm just, this is a question.
I'm
from
44.
Brian. Yeah, just from Brian. It is sad that over 100 years and we still depend on solid liquid fuels. We don't have warp drive hoverboards. We still depend on the gasoline engine. But for you, as the amount of time you've seen, did you genuinely think tech would reach those places? When you were 15, when you were 20.
Yeah, when I watched Back to the Future and they went to the year 2015 and they had hoverboards, I was like, absolutely. And flying cars has always been a thing in sci-fi. Like 30 years down the road, we're always going to have flying cars, but we never have flying cars. So, but at the time, it's like, yeah, that would be really cool to see. And I think, with the way things progressed, with the way I can now use a phone wirelessly, this is awesome. We're going to eventually get there. And we do make changes. We make sometimes giant leaps, but not, when you look at, the vision of the future, like Back to the Future or Blade Runner. I think Blade Runner is next year when it takes place, or this year. Actually, it's this year, 2019.
Yeah.
It's not at all what,
No.
And it's like, that's kind of disappointing, because it's like the same shit I was doing 20 years ago, just a little bit jazzed up and prettier. It's weird the way things change.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad I was like well pre-internet, so I have a good perspective. I would hate to be born now. You take everything for granted. It'd be awful.
Yeah.
I think. No offense to all the 1-year-olds watching.
David Bessig puts in $2 and says, "I need to know your feedback on the design." LOL.
Oh,
so
yeah,
let's
sure. Sorry.
talk about this.
Dude, they're in a
Holy,
folder.
look.
They're in a folder. Sorry, hold on.
Look, there's a railway crossing up ahead. Let's just take the sidetrack. Yeah, we're sidetracked.
That's a good question. That's a good comment. Yeah. Can I do multiple? I can't. Okay. I mean, I can, but they're big. Me. So let's take a few seconds.
Yes, questions would come to you guys. Don't think you guys are smart enough to throw imaginative ideas at a theoretical physicist, please. It would be an awesome discussion. Okay.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You guys aren't smart enough to throw. Really? Did you say that? And then it's like, is that a compliment? Please, that would be awesome discussion, huh?
Oh, because we're dumb, it'd be fun.
Oh, yay.
Thanks.
Stuart is 44 years young. Yes, this is true.
Oh, Stuart's in his 30s and he knows it. He's lying to everyone.
I still feel like I'm in high school, guys, with the stupid shit I do and the way I think. I don't feel like an adult. I don't feel like a parent. I don't feel like I should be on my own.
Oh. You mean a credit card? Are you joking? Don't trust me.
I got 5 credit cards.
Oh, that's scary.
It is scary because, anyway.
So there you go. It's right on.
It's a very interesting design. I don't know. So it's. It almost seems like an airship of some kind. like a Zeppelin or a blimp or something. It seems like something out of the 1940s vision of the future. You know, it is neat.
I know 3 pictures, but this is the best angle. The other angles are less clear. Well, let me skip to the next one. Just so you can see an alternate perspective, because this one's like you can't, you know.
Yeah.
This angle's very much the same angle in a sense.
I gotta wait till it gets.
He does. But there you go, David. It's next to a Herodian ship and a Vocha, the real ones from deep space.
I have something to say about the Herodian ship in a second after we're done talking about David's, though.
Okay.
To remind me.
I'm going to swap again so we're not delayed. So you'll see all 3.
I'm still on the first one for some reason.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop, inspector swapping pictures when they eventually catch up. There we go.
Inspector
wait,
gadgets.
Just skip to the end one. Just not.
Oh, there we go.
Do you see the bottom next rather than the back, or do you skip right to the back?
I'm on the bottom right now.
Okay.
And that bottom thing, that's what I was going to say. It's very much like the Kazon ship, that kind of front design of the Kazon ship, which is kind of a neat mooring point. I like that.
Also, I think you're not actually live anymore. I think I'm going to refresh your page so actually live, because I was already on the next pitch when you said you're on the second picture. I think it's you paused at some point now, no longer. I do that all the time.
Fine, I'm refreshing. I'm very refreshing. I'm like a tall glass of cold water. I'm not refreshing.
Of course, Light. This episode of Trek is sponsored by Coors Light. I made a brilliant beer advert once for my university. It had a time traveler in it. That's great.
That's a neat design. It's cool.
A clock to tell time. It was good.
Nobody's listening to you.
I'll listen to you. It was great because I teleport him in and the beer looked great, and I digitally added in Photoshop a new label. It was good. Got a good grade. What was it called?
Nice ship. I want to see it finished. Finish the ship. Finish the detailing.
Is that Butler's something? I'm going to search it.
Anyway,
I'm going to find beer. Can you talk about that for a bit?
Well, I was going to talk about the Herodian ship above it for a second.
Okay.
One of the reasons I think I like the Herodian ship above that is because from that angle, it looks very much like the Battlestar Galactica. What was that?
It's the first bit of music you hear in the miniseries. It's
crap. The real music for Battlestar Galactica is the original one. Sorry, it's epic.
You suck, sir.
Dun,
Awful.
dun, 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 dun. No, the original opening of Battlestar Galactica was far superior to the new one. Keep up the good work on the ship, David. I want to see this finished. It seems like an airship, though, like something that would be in an atmosphere because of the fins. That's what's throwing me off. Spino Breaker puts in $2 Australian. I'm back. Favorite non-human ship in the universe? Go.
I mean, Star Wars counts because none of them are humans, technically.
Millennium Falcon, then.
Yeah.
Because it's Carillion.
I mean, I'm going to say Bird of Prey just because it's so classy. You know, that was a real diamond in a rough design. You know, that art team and sort of was real good. But yeah, about this design, I like this design. The Kazinti, is that what you're trying to be?
Yes.
Yeah. I like it, but it does feel like 3 different elements have stuck together. The back is sort of just the idea of these pylons with engines. It's got the stabby things. It's very much it's a kit bash of shapes.
Resurrected Starships is here.
Hey!
He throws tea at you.
Oh, good videos, man. Keep them up.
Is it hot scalding tea? Please be hot scalding tea.
What? Don't make me get my P90 out.
Oh. Don't pee.
I like it in theory, but it's not fleshed out enough. I would also change the inner blade, the outer blades, and the outer blades. I make them all different with different shapes, so it's less uniform. And I'll definitely change the back nacelles to be either more integrated or something different. Yeah.
Yes, we even read your things, Resurrected Stars. I love your videos. Your videos are fantastic. And there's been some really good ones lately. So keep up the good work. And come over and work with Trekyards. Join us on an episode or have us join you on your episodes. Michael Smith throws in $10. Sorry,
Hey.
I basically missed.
Thank you.
He goes, cut me off.
Oh, $10 is amazing. We never get $10. Thank you. Makes a big difference.
Sorry. I basically missed the chat. Hi, guys. I always loved the Romulan warbird and the Klingon bird of prey, both TNG era. Wish the Romulans would have had a proper treatment in a movie. I mean, the Valdor.
Isn't it very good?
It's proper treatment, I guess.
Although the bird of prey is not TNG, it's TMP era. Just saying.
True. I will come over and play Armada with y'all, says Resurrected Starships.
Armada 3, hopefully, because that's got the easiest to play in terms of modding and stuff. So many ships. Max Lowe from the team did such a good job.
T-Berg's sci-fi fan. Well, folks, fading. Back to bed. Thanks for letting me forget my cold for an hour.
Oh.
No problem. Thank you for joining us, and
Thank you so much.
hopefully we made you feel better or take your mind off it for a little while. That's what we do.
Our inane ranting makes everyone feel better. That's what they say.
Our moronic inane ranting. Speaking of, can you believe it's been 2 hours?
No.
It has been.
You're lying.
It doesn't feel like 2 hours.
You lie.
On Ceti Alpha 5, there was life. A fair chance. It's a fake.
Do they know, do you think, when they're doing that, there'd be a meme? Because
No.
Who directed that moment? Like, why would you ever go down to that moment? Right. Romulan chap, you're a reserved character. Be impactful, you know? I don't know.
Spino Breaker puts in $2 Australian and says, 4-way Trek versus in Solaris, I call Borg. I don't know what that means. David Bessig throws in $2 and says, nacelles were on the middle wing pods.
Ah. Huh.
Built in, I think. This is City Alpha 5. No, this is City Alpha 6.
That's a good movie. I wish Trek could make good Trek again. You know?
I've done far worse than kill you. I've hurt you, and I wish to go on hurting you. I shall leave you as you left me, as you left her, marooned for all eternity in the center of a dead planet, buried alive, buried alive. Are you supposed to yell, Khan? Khan! Who directed that moment? That was Nicholas Meyer that directed that moment.
Khan!
Oh my god.
Tyler, man, he's such a joker with his speech and shit. Hello everyone. We're having a great time here.
Yeah.
Trekyards, what do you think of Tin Man?
Tin Man is shit.
Okay, we had totally opposite reactions there. Why is it shit?
I absolutely hate that episode.
No, the ship. The ship.
I hate the ship as well.
Oh.
The ship is also shit.
Why? I don't know. I think
it's dumb. It's not a nice looking ship to look at. It's
lots
just
of ships aren't good to look at though.
But it's just garbage. I dislike it very much. Need I say more? It's a goddamn asteroid. It's like it's a turd. It's like a pine cone. It's crap. It's crap.
Spino,
it is not a ship.
For which game is Stargate mod up? Because I would like to play that. But we had two super chats again. Spino.
I already read those though.
4-way Trek versus Stellaris. I call Borg. You read that?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
And I said I don't understand. I don't know what you mean. And then
that's one.
cells are in the middle wing pods.
Right. Sorry. Stellaris is a game that is like Sins but bigger, more open, and I've never got into. And four-way, I think, is it obvious? It's 4 dudes doing it. What? Girls doing?
That's called a circle jerk.
It's for whoever.
And no, Tin Man sucks.
Okay.
Just for the record. It's an awful episode and not an attractive ship. It is biological, I agree, but it's still shit.
Yep.
Shit is biological. Scottish Trekkie says, Trekyards, love to have you guys on my YouTube channel.
Oh.
We're here. We would come on. We only charge about what, $20 a second.
Well, be serious.
For our charisma and our
charisma. No. You know.
Nobody calls Trekyards uncharismatic.
No one calls about their punctuation or spelling either, or how they say words. Spinner breaker. Puh.
Spinal breaker.
Trevor McGoran. Captain Proton Ship. We did an episode on it. So if you want to look at our full episode with new renders of the original and its scale as invented by the team, then please look at our episodes. Just Google. I think it's one
Uncharismatic. Yes. Dreamer out there knows what I'm talking about.
Stuart, one of your top pet peeves. People asking you, Captain Foley. Captain Foley.
Oh, I'm supposed to finish that?
Captain Foley.
Captain Foley, where'd you get your screensavers?
No, you just say yes, and I'll... Captain Foley.
Oh. Yes. Yes?
Have you done an episode on the Vorcha? Have you?
On the Vorcha?
Yeah.
I think we might have, yes.
Oh. No, you meant to say... Just, what are you Googling? Just Trekyards Vorcha. Just Google it!
Oh, you want...
Oh, he disappeared.
Ever, like...
So what?
And I have not disappeared. I'm here. Am I here? Am I back?
Yes, you're back. Because that's like one of our like pet peeves. Is
all right.
People, like, just look.
Have you done this particular ship? Yes. You know what? Go on YouTube, type in Trekyards. That's one word. And then type in the ship you want. And magically, it'll show up. If it doesn't, that means we haven't done it yet. Then you can contact us and say, can you please do this ship? Because I searched and it isn't there.
I'm capable of typing.
Sorry. I didn't know where you were going with that.
That's okay.
Captain, what do you think of the Kelvin Bird of Prey? Kelvin Bird of Prey is a piece of shit.
Or the D4.
I absolutely...
Something weird. They retconned it in stone.
I hate it with a passion. The one that should have been approved was Pierre Droulet's concept for the Bird of Prey for that movie, which was denied by J.J. Abrams. So it looks too much like the original Bird of Prey. So let's design a piece of shit and use that. That's what happened. If you have to choose the Kelvin Bird of Prey or the Discovery Bird of Prey, I'd go with Discovery. At least it looks like a ship.
I would go Kelvin. At least it looks a little bit Klingon.
Okay, we can put it that way. Maybe
we can't win.
That's a tough call, though.
You know,
no, you can't.
I'm going to put them both up on the screen, and we'll do a public vote.
Nihilist Shadow. Hold on, before you go. Nihilist Shadow said, "Did Trekyards do the original series Constitution class?" Joking, LOL. You know what? We haven't done a full episode on the Constitution class yet. We've been saving that.
But we did almost kill Samuel and do a 4-day special on every fucking Connie, and fucking awful. And 40 fucking minutes. I do all every fucking awful.
But it was fun to do. to film and to
Yes,
watch
to
and to have it
film.
out there for you guys.
Oh, I refuse to watch that. I just, the memories, man. I hated my life when I was doing it. It's such a lot of stuff to do. Like, it's so long to go through that stuff. And I do every day. It's a long time. But they were good, though. They were genuinely good analyses, and we had really good discussions that I never thought I would think of. Because why would you? They were rather great discussions.
Dreamer out there puts in $5 and says Jar Jar's Trek 09 or Rick Berman's proposed Romulan war movie that could have been Star Trek 11.
Didn't know that was in development enough to talk about. What?
Well, it's a pretty easy question, though. Please give me Star Trek 11.
Any Prime Trek is better than Discovery.
Bitching reminds me too.
You know. Sorry, what?
Troy Macy says $1.99 says Samuel. Yes, Google it. Brian Casterson, the ship bitching reminds me of two folks I know who work in the U.S. Mint fighting over the latest coin design.
Okay. Not ship
I actually
bitching.
like the look of the bird of prey from Discovery, as do I. Devo 77X. It's a fantastic looking ship, but it's just not Klingon
like
at
nothing.
all. It could be another race.
I mean, that's the joke. In the magazine, it says explicitly the artist was asked to design a ship that did not use any elements from the Klingon bird of prey. And you wonder why it doesn't look like the Klingon bird of prey or anything Klingon. I mean, that's the joke. They did a great job in designing it to not look Klingon. So that's what happened.
It's a fantastic looking ship. For a Gorn ship or, a Zindi ship or some other kind of race, some kind of alien gothic ship.
An aggressive organic race that
The Herc?
Yeah. Ooh.
I'd be down if it was a Herc ship. Same with the sarcophagus ship, man.
It's still flawed in a couple of ways, like how it flies, its orientation are broken, they don't work.
Yeah, no. I get you.
First thing we said when we saw it is, it has this is landing mode, this is the way of staying in orbit, and it moves, and it'd be great. Nope, it always flies stupidly, but there you go. So this is both on screen, compared. God,
the 2009 one isn't as bad as I remember, or the Into Darkness one, sorry, isn't as bad as I remember.
I mean,
it's not shit. It's just not great.
But this is what people thought of the Klingons look like. This is the same rough era. Both they called a bird of prey, both designed by different people, and this is how. And let me just load the bird of prey. Obviously, yes, era. Or then let me load the Enterprise one because that's a more appropriate comparison in terms of era. Yes. Me. Stop it. Be nice. Don't run. You can't run from this bird of prey. Samuel hates Connie's official. No.
I'm not running from the bird of prey. What I want to do is this. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. Where the hell is it? Maybe it's not here. Maybe I put it somewhere else. That's not it. There it is. All right. See that? I hate this ship with a passion. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen there, really. But it was signed by John Eves. This was signed on the trunk of a car, and then the upper part of a parking lot, of a parking garage. It says, "To Stuart, so glad you got command of this most excellent ship, John Eves." You know why he did this? Because I absolutely hate this ship. And I didn't mince words. I told him what I thought about it. And he says, a lot of the things that I dislike about the ship, he also disliked, but it was stuff that they told him to change. So, but yeah. He hates the ship too. Well, he doesn't hate the ship. He just,
Well, you'll hopefully love my version
No, I won't.
when we get
No, probably not. Don't mince words, Samuel. Tell us what you really think.
That Stuart is a lovely man that at some point I'll have to kill. Take command. I will invent some sort of knife the shape of a Connie. With razor blades. I'll go zzz, and either the two warp basards are flamethrowers, or laser cutter, or like plasma cutters, and I'll just throw it at him, and it'll go right through him, and it'll kill him. And he'll do that the whole time, and then die in agony. It'll be great. And I'll have command. That was a weird high pitch. But yeah, here are the 3 designs, Stuart. All you know. I mean, it just shows you how. What did they take from the Klingon design aesthetic to make either of these? Like,
Nothing.
You
know why? Because as you said, they got instructions. Don't make it look Klingon. We want it to look like our own thing because we want to take, we want to take credit for this new thing. This is something we made that can't look like anything else. So, you know what? And I'm having a real hard time choosing between the Into Darkness one and the Johnny's one because I hate the Johnny's. But that is an ugly ship. That is ugly, disproportionate, but it feels
and looks Klingon. It's well thought out. It's got all the right pieces, all the right elements. I'm looking at the Into Darkness and like, what is Klingon about it? Like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the movie, it felt like it kind of looked better, but I think we always saw it like in an attack position. Like, I mean, and then obviously the discovery, there's nothing. It's just not, except the vagueness of the wing and head. But it looks like a bat. I mean, that's a great Riemann, like retro Riemann design. You know, like a Riemann strike fighter for some reason.
Hicks 45146 says, anyone in the chat who can help me? I missed something. Would you be able to help me tell me the DPS a Canon Excelsior would do? What's DPS?
Damage per second. Lots.
Captain, you may hate it, but at least it feels and it fits. I know. I absolutely agree with that. I'm just joking. I don't hate it that much. I just really dislike it. It is definitely Klingon. When you look at it, you know it's a Klingon ship. You know it's a precursor to the Romulan bird or the Klingon bird or the Romulan bird of prey, but the Klingon bird of prey. And yeah, I was just joking. I do like it the most of all 3, but Stuart, what do you think about the USS Hornet being discovered today? Oh yeah, they found a World War II aircraft carrier, the wreck of one.
Wow.
I found it. I just heard about it. I didn't really pay much attention to it. I was kind of browsing through and saw it and thought, oh, let's go check that out later. So I haven't really read about it. But
very cool.
Yeah, it is very cool.
It's amazing that thing could be lost for so long, honestly.
Yeah, well, the Titanic was lost till 1985, so...
Sure. But obviously now technology is more. Like, it gets harder and harder to be lost,
well,
harder and harder to be, You
know how the Titanic was found, though? They were doing undercover ops for spying on Russia and Russian submarines when John Bow had found it, and he couldn't disclose that information at the time, so they had said they found the Titanic, but they were looking for the Titanic, but they weren't. They were doing top secret military stuff, and that just came out a few years ago that's what they were actually doing at the time.
We were looking for it the whole time. We just knew exactly where. It was great. Thank you.
Pretty much.
What's the Titanic?
Pretty much.
Oh, it's a boat. Yes. Yes.
Anyway, guys, it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. We should probably get going soon.
I just swapped the graphics on the live to a D5 and a DeVore.
They were searching for 2 sunk U.S. Navy nuclear submarines. Yeah, I knew they were doing some undercover, covert shit. So there you go.
I do want to ask a quick question to the fans. Would any of you donate to support us in building some new 3D models from like Starfleet battles from the Armada games, so we can do proper episodes on them? Well, that's.
I'm just kidding.
But like seriously, if we did like a little fundraiser so we could get some money for a 3D modeler to build them a few ships to do them properly, would you guys maybe put some money in? You know, because only a certain time, only a certain amount we can do for only a certain amount we can ask them to do for free. And I'd love to see some of the Armada 1 and 2 stuff done like in nice high poly and
Starfleet battles and fastest stuff, guys. Come on.
yeah,
You got to get some of those ships.
yeah, and even to the point of like maybe Stuart tweaks them slightly because you don't necessarily have to, replicate identically a bad looking ship with some flaws. Fix a couple of small things. So I don't know if you guys would be interested to support.
Metallic Fan 1442 says, yes, of course, Commander.
Yeah.
So there's one.
Yeah.
Isn't Commander Cockings a 3D modeler?
Nope.
He is not.
Nope. 3D animator.
Animator, not a modeler. We have modelers on our team, but
Yes. I'd like to pay him something.
Yeah, they don't work for free, really. So
we can get freebies, but this would be like more than 2 or 3 or 5. Like I'd rather do like, please, can you buy 6? Can you build 6 for the price of 2? If you're Stargate models for Fleetyards, then yes. No, that's
Derek Rankin put in £2. Already bleeding me dry, guys. LOL.
Well, it's your choice to have good stuff made. That's your choice, man. It's all optional. Still need to talk to you about that second part. Oh, I spent so long just separating.
We do have some trips and stuff planned this year that we have Indiegogos for. So don't forget the Indiegogo campaigns where there's cool perks and stuff as well. So have them save their money for that.
Yeah.
AC Costello puts in $2. Please email me the physicist folks. It'd be great. Oh, please email the physicist folks. It'd be great. All right, fine. Whatever. I'll do it. Gotta find his business card. It's over there with all my other business cards somewhere. All right. If you want to go,
Brian McFarlane though. Hey, Captain Commander. Hey. Could you work together to design one ship that both of you could love in a short period of time with little or no arguments?
Yeah, I think so.
We did once already.
Yeah.
That was good. Don't want to show it, but I mean, hey, maybe we could do a lot on live, designing a new Klingon ship. Problem is, I can't sketch. I don't think Stuart can sketch that well either. Like, not good enough to, what I mean?
No, not good enough. I can do, all right, but not good enough.
And I can Photoshop stuff together, but it's no way enough to really show a design. So we'd really need, like, an artist to come on board and be like, yes, I'll do quick doodles that's, like, really effing talented. And then we could, like, because that'd be fun. I'd love to, like how, like... or what?
Adam Boots, give us a top-down view of the ship in the bottom left. Looks like the USS Foley uniform badge. Looks like the Trekyards logo. That's the Devore warship. Yeah.
I was going to try to say something as a compliment to you, but I guess I forgot it. How much are we talking for the models? I don't know, maybe like that's tricky because it's kind of like it's a friend sort of thing.
$1 million.
I mean, a couple of $100 because I'd like to commission like 4, 5, 6, 7. Pick like 3 Starfleet battles and 3 armadas would be cool. Because we just do episodes. I mean, they're all good ships to do, and they're all licensed. But yeah, cool. All right.
And Jamal, I haven't seen your post yet.
And always before we go, guys, who wants to be the very last super chat and win the title of epic class super chatter? Whatever you want, and then we can go because that award, man, the last super chat of a stream, that is a prestigious award that several million people fight for, but only one can win. What if 1 million people put in $1 to be that award? we could fund a lot of trips.
Yeah.
Oh god, at that point I'd be like, right, let's buy a DSLR as the camera so it would look better. Dedicated Skype machine each that has amazing internet. Buy the best internet plan in our countries. That'd be great. Go to bed, Sam. It's midnight. No, I'm going to still edit a Ferengi episode. Hey, Tim Theo, $1. That's all we needed. Oh, Metallic Fan. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. There we go, Stuart. Any last... I guess tomorrow night... What was we dealing... What was our conversation again? Just to reiterate to the fans.
That it's kind of been announced that this Discovery is going to end after season 3, not canceled, planned ending ish. And we'll talk about it tomorrow. And they're going to roll right into Section 31 show. So,
there's sort of a plan, so that's interesting.
Theo, $1. Thank you. Metallic Fan 1442, £2. Thank you guys. He says. And AC Costello, $1. Thank you very much, guys. Those are all very helpful. And AC Costello has the grand prize of winning the last super chat. What do you win, AC Costello? You win. Oh no! Whoa! 100 rubles. Divorce ship looks very similar to the USS Relativity.
Take off the pods. It does a bit, yeah. Yeah. All right.
An unnamed, unpronounceable name. You get a golf clap for being the last one. That's what you win.
Yes, and then we'll see you back tomorrow, and then more Discovery content as it comes. Then see you on the live stream on Friday, as always. So good night, everyone. Sleep well. Bye.
Good night.